Get out of here!
Drinker fans in my videos, like, they swarm those things. It's like they like, oh man, I need to get my chud content, I need to get my drinker in, I need to get my neurotic in, and then at the end of the day, I need to get my rage in, I need to get pissed at organized chaos and fucking yell at him in the comments. It's like, I swear, that's like a chud zay on YouTube. It's weird.
That is not what I said. I did not imply that people can't make jokes. I said that if you are a person that cares about the responsibility you have and the harm that that causes to certain communities, you would probably not want to do that. If you don't care about that, if that is not a priority for you, then you can continue to do whatever it is you want to do. However, I am an advocate for accountability and holding people responsible for things that they do that hurt your community or people that you care about. So I absolutely believe that if you are someone that does not like what Dave Chappelle is doing, and you do not agree with what he is saying, you have every right to speak out about it. You have every right to boycott him. You have every right to not support him in any way possible because you don't have to. My implication is that, period.
If you've spent months talking about how bad a movie's gonna be, right, and all these things that's gonna make it bad, and it's gonna fail, and it's gonna be another piece of woke garbage, you're gonna, even if you tell yourself, oh, I give everything a fair chance, you're not really, right? You spend all this time leading up to, I'm gonna hate this, and then you watch it, and it would probably be better for your channel and your views if you did hate it. There's a good chance you're gonna hate this media, that there is a chance that you would have liked if you hadn't like done all this before, if you hadn't like made these circumstances. And it's just sad, right? Because like at the end of the day, like these people are fans, you know, but it's like they're just not being fans.
Just like everything they talk about, there may be some like a kernel of truth to things, but the reasons for it are not what they say. So like,
no,
you know, talking about legacy characters and all, you know, taking one character and you got another one that's kind of another version. One of the reasons, the main reason they do that is because for one, comic book creators don't want to create new characters and give them to fucking Marvel and DC. How many, you know, decades have we seen what happens whenever that happens, right? You know,
they don't get paid.
Ed Brubaker talking about he didn't get paid shit for, you know, Winter Soldier, and it goes on and on. So like that's what they do in order to just, because how's they going to create characters that they can already own the IP to? And you know what I mean? It's a corporate fucking thing. There are problems with, you know, the corporatism of Marvel and DC, absolutely. But these guys then taking it and pointing it at, you know, basically essentially saying that it's because wokeness and because, you know, leftist progressive ideals and shit like that. It's like, hold on, man, you're not only fucking being a bigot in a lot of cases, you're not even addressing the fucking problems that really exist.
You know, I could talk about why I don't like anti-fandom, but I'd rather talk about why I like the term anti-fandom, because I think it's a really good term. Anti-fandom, this movement, isn't about fandom or the media. It's about power, it's about brotherhood and ganging up. It's about feeling like you know some big secret, like you're the little guy taking on the big, shadowy, leftist, woke powers. At the end of the day, it's make-believe, it's playing pretend for adults, or, you know, man-children. Despite what any of them say, it isn't about fandom. It's contrary to the definition of fandom, which is basically liking things together as a community. The end result of all this is just a vortex of hate and misery, and it's all revolving around this missing center where the media or the community or the liking should be, and it just isn't.
Oh, she's so, it's the stunning and brave. Oh my god.
Welcome to every video we make. We use one little thing and then we build the narrative out of it.
Other people besides white dudes like Star Wars. I'm just saying, we need to be conscious of our bias
I talked about this one thing and we make a whole video out of it. That's what we do.
Weird.
You are the real superhero.
Well, I'm built like a goddamn brick.
Is he some sort of masochist?
Yeah, what is the most recent Japanese film or at least entertainment that you enjoyed so far?
What am I thinking of? See, a lot of them would be older ones, like Old Boy, for example. I really enjoyed that one. I know it's not Japanese, but yeah, probably stuff like that. You know, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I really like that. And it's like Chinese, I think. But yeah, like it's.
How do you do, fellow kids?
For God's sake!
Yeah, some characters have been written decently that are of different races and have suited up in the suit of a hero or a version of that hero. One of the more obvious is Miles Morales as Spider-Man. Miles Morales has his own background. This is far better than just simply making Peter Parker a black guy.
Talking about Peter Darker.
But Miles is an exception, make no mistake. I define everybody that's not Peter Parker as an unoriginal Peter Parker. And it will always be preferable to have another character with his own unique skill set, unique art.
In your face, bitch!
It's just shocking.
And the same goes with Miles Morales. He is indeed, again, Miles Morales. He's also a Spider-Man.
I really dislike the fake geek thing and the poser nerd thing. That's not what we're about.
Like, I don't get offended by shit.
Every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can
We're about inclusiveness and we want new people in.
That was a lie.
Well,
I didn't say that. Mark, understand you people lie. I did not say that. Billy did.
So have you ever said that he's Comicsgate?
No.
This is interesting.
I don't
Here's a
think
tweet
so.
from you. By the way, Darwin Cook.
Wait,
was
show it,
Comicsgate.
bring it up.
What you just did was cut a lie.
And if you want to give Eric July $100 a month, it doesn't really matter like what comes with it. If you're just sponsoring him to continue yelling about the hoe ass roads.
How many times we say we oppose taxation? What about the roads? How many times? What about the wage?
The Fandom Initiative is a group of people on a mission to counter anti-woke sentiment on YouTube.
Right, you fuckers.
We are passionate fans of film, TV, comics, and video games. We'd love to make YouTube videos about the things we enjoy, but the culture of YouTube fandom makes this impossible, thanks to certain networks and clusters of content creators who depend on outrage, deception, and harassment to drive clicks and bring in revenue. The YouTube algorithm pushes harmful content to fans who are at risk of indoctrination by consuming repetitive right-wing rage bait videos.
Damn, dude. Yes.
Bingo! Some people would like to think that like you can be like 100% objective when watching something. Like remove your bias and just critique it like the truth. You can't.
So like, what is fucking bringing all these guys together other than like, I'm mad at fucking Brie Larson? What?
If I can't be a misogynist to you, I don't know what to do with you.
I oftentimes get called a shill.
Fuck it, man. Don't be worried about that shit.
But here's the thing. My picture is not on the wall in the lobby of Marvel Studios.
More and more people are fed up with that toxic content and culture.
Honestly, it makes us sound really cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa!
What's that? Oh, that's a shit. Why don't you go and subscribe to it? I dare you. I fucking dare you.
Got it. Get it. Got it. Good.
Hello. Hello. Hello, hello. You guys gonna unmute yourselves and talk? What's going on?
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Hello. Sorry, I was just marveling at what an incredible intro that was.
Shut up, Bob.
Oh yeah, shut up, Bob. This is we have a theme for today.
Oh well, he shut up.
Yeah, last time it just kind of like happened that like our theme was, you know, be nice. And then today we also have a theme. Like we're doing good. So everyone, please say "Shut up, Bob."
Everybody, give Bob the old shut up.
So
what did you just pee? What is going on?
Well, I can't really talk, can he?
Oh my god.
I'm busy, guys.
All right. So I wanted to answer.
Wait, are we live? Oh shit!
Yeah, we're live. I wanted to answer this guy because this is a funny comment. Look, because I guess maybe this guy doesn't know what like criticism is. I guess, you know what I mean? Like, how do you not understand what the concept of criticism is? Because clearly he's probably a fan of the channels which we are criticizing, who are allegedly, supposedly criticizing larger platform content. So like, it's the same thing, my guy. You kind of dumb, or just like straight up in that Kool-Aid?
I mean, isn't like Eric July's like Rippaverse like a direct, like comparison to Marvel and DC and stuff?
Yeah, well, I mean that's what we're doing. Like, it's fucking funny that he gets all freaked out because any like a channel with 200 subs criticizes him, because it's like, dude, you wanted to be a player in this game, you wanted to be a comic book publisher. Like, do you not think that you somehow think that you are immune to criticism? Whereas you don't see Marvel, they don't put out like YouTubers out, that are calling people on, I don't know, all kinds of slurs and shit. Anyway.
Fuck yeah.
Wait, Marvel doesn't do that? Oh.
No, they pay us clearly.
Oh yeah, well yeah, obviously. By the way, have you guys gotten your checks yet? Mine seems.
I still haven't.
I actually got mine yesterday. I actually got 3. It might have been like for all 3 of us, but I'm not.
So we should just keep on going because they're just delayed.
I mean, I'm living good, man. I bought a hot tub.
I mean, mine's like 10 years delayed.
Yeah, Turf's gonna send us some art cut. I think I trust him.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Is that you on the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So if suddenly like I get out of here, like it's because my Wi-Fi dies because I'm too far off the
Zachary, hello in the hospital, man. I hope everything's all right.
Dude,
I hope it's not anything super serious.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
hope you're good, brother.
If we can entertain you while you're in there, then that's good. We'll try and keep it the spirits up and not get too doomery around here. But
all right, Bob, tell a joke. Well,
hot tub stream next week. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All 3 of us.
Wait, hot tub?
Stark-ass naked. And then we play a game throughout of it. And then by the end, the loser of the game we play has to stand up.
Eric is in. He's having his HVAC worked on today, and that's not like a metaphor for anything. He's like actually having his heating and air conditioning repaired.
Oh, that's what that stands for.
You didn't know that? Oh yeah, you guys probably don't even have that over there, right?
I mean, for one thing, we don't speak English over here, so
oh yeah,
it's like daily things. I'm not really very well versed in English. I assumed it was something like
you
that.
do okay. You get by.
Thank you.
We try to encourage you so that you don't give up. But anyways,
thank you. You're the only reason I keep going.
Enough fucking about, okay? We gotta quit fucking about here, because we gotta do some stuff. We gotta introduce the concept of Chud Bingo.
Oh yes,
true.
Which we'll do momentarily whenever I find the video clip that's going to do that for us. But in the meantime, I've got another video clip that I don't think Bob or Turf have seen, but I found it and I was like, I gotta sit on this and fucking surprise everybody with this because this is fucking great.
Awesome.
Tired of explaining your unwavering support for guns amid constant mass shootings? Having a hard time selling people on slashing Social Security and Medicare? How's a good Republican supposed to explain all this stuff? Guess what? You don't have to, because you've got anti-woke everything. Skip that uncomfortable policy junk and stick to the culture wars. Look, a gay M&M. See how easy it is? All you need are a few unrelated issues and plenty of outrage, and you're on your way to anti-woke everything. Of course, you could try to explain how Republicans helped add $5 trillion to the debt when they gave rich people a huge tax cut. Or you could tell people Joe Biden is coming to take away their gas stoves. Congratulations! You're now an anti-woke cooking crusader. Anti-woke everything works great for toilets, light bulbs, bathrooms, fashion, fictional characters, books, and of course, plain old speech. Why talk about your unpopular policies when you can be outraged about candy, cooking, and cartoon characters? Anti-woke everything. Let the culture wars work for you.
You know, I never really saw the appeal of being a Republican, but I see
Yeah.
it now. I see it
Guys, all of a sudden I'm really offended by how woke comic books are. It's a bit ridiculous. Like I was reading a comic book and there was a woman in it. And I was just like, the fuck?
Don't even say that word. How
Oh.
dare you? What the fuck, man? I'm just trying to have some fun with my fucking friends here and talk about some fandom stuff. And you come in here with your woke bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, honestly, Bob, shut up. Shut up for a second, okay? We always have to listen to your fucking idiot ideas, all right?
I know. I always
shut up
do my rants.
for once in this godforsaken world, okay? Just quit it with this woke bullshit.
You're such a fucking snowflake, Bob. Jesus.
Yeah, I can't fucking handle it, okay? Just shut up. Oh, okay, all right.
Remember we told I forget his name, but we told him we were gonna have good spirits today, Turf, and you just fucking blew it, man. You blew it. He's in the hospital.
We're not. I'm sorry. All right.
All right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bob. I took things too far. All right. Just.
I'm not worried about Bob's feelings or anything. Anyway, no, that's pretty great. Like I mean that channel, it only has like a couple of thousand subs to that channel. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? That just goes to show that there is a severe problem with actual talent and fucking well created content being as successful as it deserves to be on YouTube.
That felt like a
way
more it seemed like a video from a channel with way more subscribers. That's insane.
Yeah. So I mean,
that's high quality. I'm actually shocked.
Yeah.
I hadn't really broached this with you guys yet, but I kind of feel like maybe that we should definitely lean into like showing more other good channels every week.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Like everybody could bring a clip of something that they like if they want or whatever. I don't know. And an audience, if you come across something that you don't know if we've heard of it or we've we haven't or something like that, then send it our way. You can I don't know, join the Discord or email it to one of us or something.
Yeah.
Smoke signals. I don't know.
Just needs to remember we shouldn't like push ourselves to find stuff if we don't find anything,
Sure.
Like because we've talked before about like it's good that when people talk speak out against toxic stuff and like anti-fan stuff, but sometimes if it's not articulated the right way, it can have an opposite effect.
Yeah, it does need to be done responsibly, and that's not to say that it's that we're flawless all the time. That we definitely hit the boundaries and maybe cross over them sometimes. But
hell yeah,
we do our best, and that's what's important is that somebody's like aware that there is an ethical consideration to be had, and they're not just like making content for.
Exactly, but I think everyone should if they want to make the content, right? But then it's like
yes,
but then we can also all help each other improve.
Mm-hmm.
That's
been one of the best things about this.
Yeah, exactly, the initiative. And it's just like even before then, like I learned a lot from comments. Not, I mean, the majority of comments I don't learn much from because it's
I was about to say I mainly learned from the comments. I'm a Disney shell, and
I'm jealous.
Apparently, really,
and that
thoughtful stuff.
Yeah, especially when my wife's boyfriend is like,
oh yeah, when you watch them have sex, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But like I learned a lot from comments. We're just like, I like the video, but here's the thing I noticed, and this is the thing you could do better. That's like, fuck yeah. And if we can help other people, then that would be great.
Chris Bacon's like, yeah, look, man, I'm already a conservative, dude. You don't have to. I've already bought it. Bought the whole package. I'm all in.
Hell yeah.
This is hey, into if you could just go ahead and define woke, I'd appreciate it. He must be on your channel because I kicked him off of mine a while back.
No, I was really confused kind of by the omnibuses because like omnibuses are actually like if you getting a pile of comic books in one volume, it's a good way to catch up. So I don't know how it would be remotely bad for comic book collecting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are
I mean,
omnibuses?
A weird.
So there's periodicals, which are the monthly issues that come out for stuff that's like generally between 25 and like 32 pages. And then there's the trade paperbacks that are usually about 4 to 5 or 6 of those issues packaged into one book. And then they'll have sometimes the hardcover edition of those, and then they'll also make like a collected edition that's maybe hardcover or softcover. But then they'll make an omnibus, which will have like I could grab one and show you actually.
Yeah, I want to say
generally,
like 100 issues or something insane like that.
yeah, there's a shitload of like sometimes 1,000 up to 1,000 pages of let's just like long section of a run of a comic book for in one book.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. Yeah, that rather than like finding individually like how many is that, like 50 or so?
I don't know. Actually, let me go grab one. I'll see.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say like there is a fun to actually going. I forgot about the fun of just actually getting the individual floppy issues. That is fun. But like, yeah, if you're looking for a way to catch up or maybe just read like a back storyline, the collected volumes are great ways to do that, including omnibuses. Yeah, I see no downside to it.
Hell yeah.
And also, like, I hear people talk about we're living in like the best time for comic books right now, and kind of diving back into it this year. They might be right because Jesus Christ, they've been almost
right.
pretty fucking good.
We're right. We're very right about that.
Okay.
You guys, if the occasional glitch on my camera gets annoying, let me know and I'll just turn it off again. Or if I'm just like so ugly you can't stand to look at me, I don't know, whatever. But I know you love my fucking new blanket backdrop.
We love you.
So this is an omnibus.
Damn.
This is Amazing Fantasy number 15. Have you ever read that, Bob?
That's the first appearance of Spawn, right?
Yes.
And that's a thickie.
It is a thickie, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
So this is Amazing Spider-Man, or it's actually Amazing Spider-Man, but it's got because that's his first issue that he was in, that's got that on the cover. And it's got so it's collecting Amazing Fantasy 15, and then the Amazing Spider-Man number 1 through 38, Annual number 1 and 2, Strange Tales Annual 2, and the Fantastic Four Annual 1. So something like 40-something comics.
Yeah,
and it's
like 45 issues, pretty much.
Cover price is $100 US.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What if you had to buy those separately, all those issues? Like, sorry.
Well, if you want them at the time, it'd probably be cheaper, but
like now.
I mean, modern day prices, it's like $4 to $5 a comic.
Yeah, but like going back to like is now the best time? Like because we can think about that for like everything, and there's like I feel like there's different ways of like thinking about that question because like obviously I feel like it is always like a better and better time for something just because there is more, right? Like if every day, like if it's like for video games or comics, like every month there's new comics or video games coming out, right? And then there's also everything that's been made up like so far, so it's like like it is in that sense, it's like it's always better to be like now than like 20 years ago, but of course, like I feel like I guess we're talking about like, is the stuff that's coming out now in a better state than it's been other times?
I feel like there's like this human nature thing where like it's our natural inclination to just feel like everything from before was better.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to like almost mindfully kind of like work against that or like at least be aware of that mental trap to kind of like stay open to stuff, right?
I mean, I have a favorable view of lots of stuff that came out essentially during my childhood, and I think we all do.
Is that right, Pink Floyd? I mean, look, you've got the look. Mine is the kind of next incarnation. They were very much influenced by Pink Floyd. Tool.
Ooh.
Yes,
I came in.
it's Tool.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's Tool.
I'm wearing my long sleeve shirt, which is like, I never wear those. It's fucking cold out here, man. Cold out in these parts. Anyways.
Yes, it is. Oh my god.
So Amazing Fantasy number 15. If you guys haven't read that, then it's okay. You're still a fan if you think of yourself as a fan. Just don't start a YouTube channel and start pretending like you fucking know everything about comics.
Yeah.
This is just this fucking guy. This guy's a fucking chud and a half right here. He just makes this claim. This is what they do, man. They just make a claim. It's just a claim. There's nothing. He's not going to be able to back this up with anything. It's a very broad generalization. It's a talking point. It's a line. It's an agenda.
I mean, dude, have you tried thinking for yourself ever? Like,
I mean, I feel like with a comment like that, I'm more interested in like what insight do they have into the like brand or like into the making of comic books nowadays to like assume that work ethics and standards have gone down.
He has none. It's just a thing that like they've gotten really good at knowing certain phrases to say that sounds like sounds like something that means something. But if we were to pull him on here and just ask him to support that claim at all, it would completely fall apart.
Yeah,
because I've been reading comics all my life. I can say without a doubt that like the quality in general, like when I started reading comics in the 90s, it's talk about nostalgia. There's a lot of shit from the early 90s that like is generally thought of, that's when comics really blew up too. That's like everybody thinks of those, and like, a lot of people have experience with those even if they stopped reading comics. But like you go back and read some of that stuff and it's not fucking great sometimes. Mm-hmm. It's actually kind of bad in a lot of cases. They were just cranking out shit.
And I mean, like you can always it always depends on the perspective you have, right? And like the examples you bring up, because you can always find garbage and you can always find good new stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And like good stuff from different periods.
I don't know. I always like the band garbage. I don't know what you mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
I think you're paranoid.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or you're only happy when it rains.
But it's like, yeah. And because like Dane, we've talked a little bit about this, and it's like I keep bringing it over to gaming because I don't know anything about like the comic book industry as a whole, but I do know stuff about like the gaming industry, and there's like similar things with like a lot of people talking about how it's like, oh, newer stuff is just worse, right? Like I don't know if we're gonna look at any of that today, where it's like gaming is woke and stuff, right? And like gaming is in the worst place it is and stuff, right? Where it's like 2023 was a fucking phenomenal year. And it's like just pretty universally regarded as like incredible. There were so many amazing top tier games. And there were also some fucking stinkers like Lord of the Rings Gollum and fucking King Kong and like some stinkers, right? And you can always find that. But if you go back to like 2005 and 7, which were also like incredible years for gaming, you'll be able to find some fucking shit, right? Some like absolute garbage tier content, but that's not what we remember. And I'm sure it's the same for like comic books, right? Like if people go back to like, oh, this was the golden time. If you actually went back and like looked at all the stuff that came out, you'd be able to find a lot of stuff that's just not very good.
I will tell you, like Todd McFarlane had a famous run on Spider-Man. I remember reading some of it, and I like his artwork.
Mm-hmm.
I remember reading some of it more recently, and I was just like, wow, this story makes no goddamn sense. Like it flows decently and it's entertaining, but like there is no logic to this story whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's always about like the perspective you have and like the attitude you have when going into this stuff. Right? Like if you have a very pessimistic attitude when you go into the more newer stuff and you're very focused on nostalgia and what was important to you during your childhood, then you don't really have like the most open perspective, the most open attitude in order to like properly see if you actually like some of this new stuff. You're just going into it with the wrong like perspective.
Yep. Well, so since you reminded me to actually download that video that we looked at some of.
Oh yes.
Let me go ahead and get that here in a second. But yeah, I guess first of all, we might as well just do the fun thing and watch Eric July have a performative meltdown.
Yes.
I mean, I think that he thought he was like, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of his post stream thing with you, Bob.
Yeah, no, he somehow thinks this is an own, and I guess maybe if his audience gives him super chats over it, I guess it kind of
Yes, it is, but that just kind of makes you a clown, really. Like,
yeah, no, that's all it is. It's okay.
Well, let's check it out. This is only like a minute or so.
He's threatening me. Fall flat on the couch. He's threatening me. Threaten you with what, nigga? What are you talking about? What am I threatening you with? What am I threatening you with? What can I do? I don't need him. I've been in the game for 50 years. Comic Pro. Okay, you the big bad booty daddy. What can I do to you? I can't do anything to you, man. But apparently I'm some guru. I got the strings attached. I'm just some evil, sinister fucking puppet master, and I'm going around controlling people. Controlling them to do what? Who the fuck knows? But it sounds very evil because Eric July is conspiring. The thing that I've done that's been the most mild thing, the least political thing that I've done, the least controversial thing that I've done, or should have been, was launch a fucking comic book company. Who would have thought? Who would have fucking thought me launching a comic book company? Fucking mad.
No, I just now noticed he keeps a lamp right next to his toilet. I guess to keep it well lit. But
Yeah.
when you look at the light source here, you can clearly see there's a lamp next to his toilet for some reason, just shooting at the floor.
Booty daddy. I know. I thought of that too. It's like, what is a booty daddy? Like, I think that's kind of like the whole I'm built like a damn brick. He just says things and like whatever comes out, he's just whatever. Yeah, he is becoming a lol cow. He really is. Like, I mean, other than so as far as Ethan and Eric go in the current Comicsgate civil war that's happening, and there's a lot we can dig into. We can dig into that later now or whatever you want, but or none of it. I don't know. But it definitely seems like, other than the fact that Eric has made a lot of money, a lot more than Ethan, and he's gotten a lot more, or even the same amount of comic books out within like a year and a half that Ethan has in like 6 years. So like that's on the plus side for that's the scores on the tally on Eric's side. But everything else, as far as like not looking like a complete fucking moron who doesn't know comics and is just fucking straight up grifting. You know what I mean? Like, Ethan's got all those points. Like he I hate to say it. You guys familiar with my content know how I feel about Ethan, but and in fact, Eric July, who whenever I made my first video or second video on him a year and a half ago or so, and he was on Twitter calling me out saying, "Hey, you want to come on my show?" and blah blah blah. And I said, "Well, why don't you come on to my show?" And blah, and he immediately was just like, "Oh, so you don't want to do it? You're scared or whatever." And because I didn't immediately, and then I'd seen him do it with other people, where if they didn't want to come on immediately, then they were basically cowards, right? Well, Eric July has blocked Ethan on Twitter now after Ethan was challenging him to a debate. So, once again, hypocritical, man. Hypocritical.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know Eric was so fragile.
He's a very fragile guy. I mean, no, I think we all knew he was fragile. He tries to hide it. That's why. So let me see here. So Ethan had challenged him on Twitter. Apparently, I don't know. I got signed out of my Twitter account, and I don't remember my login info, and I'm just kind of fine with that. So I might not be back on there again. Let's see.
But it's Nazi Central. You're missing out.
Yeah, I know. I'm really, really missing out on that whole thing. Where the fuck did it go, man? Shit. I'll have to find it. But basically, Ethan had called on all his expert memers in Comicsgate to make a meme based on ISOM #1 cover, and I just went ahead and did that. I'm not a comic skater, and I didn't do it for Ethan, and I probably didn't do it the way that he wanted me to. But so here we've got, whoops.
It's quite funny. Like, Eric July very rarely ever talks about his own universe and his own comic as if he actually likes it. Yeah, like whenever he's like asked to talk about it, it's almost as if he just like doesn't want to. Whereas like if I had my own comic and someone was like, "Oh, can you tell me a little bit about like the character and stuff?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah,
Yeah.
like right."
It's like that's a good compliment. It's like, fuck yeah, you want to know about my comic book? Oh fuck yeah, let me tell you all about it. Let me.
If someone's like, "Oh, I don't really understand like his powers. What are they?" Right? Well, let me tell you. It's just like, eh. Anyways,
You have to keep reading to learn his powers.
Exactly. It's like, oh.
And then he's doing polls asking people what powers they think are the coolest.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. You're not really doing this to them. Come on. You're charging them all that fucking money for this shit, and then you're also having them write it for you, you fucking lazy grifter.
I mean, that's really meta, isn't it?
I mean, if that was if he was being open about that, that'd be actually kind of a cool project to do.
Buy my comic, you're a part of it. Honestly, that would be kind of cool, right? To do something different than like Marvel and DC, right? Be like, all right, I'm gonna make a comic book, and you guys are gonna be part of it, and it's gonna be our comic book. I'm still gonna sell it to you, but like, whatever.
So you can ask for the best memers on this one, and as we all know, I'm an expert, according to Reverse Golf Post / Eric July and his wife. So I went ahead, and some of you, if you're on my channel, you've already seen the thumbnail. I did that. and I realized Ethan probably wanted his head on like one of the dudes, but I don't know. I think that's funnier.
I mean, they both have tits, right?
Hey, now.
In a nice way.
That's pretty good, I think. I'm pretty proud of this work right here.
Oh. You should make a comic.
I mean, that's the thing about being on the internet is I can't hear everybody clapping right now. It sucks.
Yeah, I'm clapping right now.
I know. No, I mean not you.
Oh, everyone else.
Anyways.
Whatever.
But yeah, so like, but am I like I'm not the only one who's noticing that, right? Like he just doesn't. He like, it seems like he just doesn't want to talk about his comic.
Because I don't think he knows how. I actually do have a clip. I don't know if you were on when we watched this or when it was. No, I think did we watch this when it's blurred, Bob? When the thing where he tries to talk about his comic a little bit, but it's just like it's a clip they uploaded. So apparently he thought this was a good thing to show. I don't know, but like it was a very short clip. And they don't really talk about it. They start talking about it, and basically somebody asks him how he would write something, and he goes, "Oh, I'd have to think about it." But he seems really disengaged with the conversation.
Yeah.
It's kind of telling as well. But yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he gives a shit. Like he said basically that he wants to talk about the financial aspect of things and not the blah blah blah, blah blah. It's like nobody wants to talk about that though, really.
No.
Nobody wants to hear about that. Like,
yeah,
you're doing that for yourself. You're talking about how successful you are and shit. And it's like, cool, man. You made some money. That's not like what comic book fans care about. I mean, they're happy for you if they're your fan, sure. But like,
yeah, I mean, it works for him because like for him and his fans and a lot of people who are buying it is because of like the financial part, right? It's like if he's doing well, it means like he's owning woke comics, right? So it is, but it's just very like backwards, like for what I feel like comic talk should be about, right? At I think it should be about. It should be about the comics, right? And if you're trying to sell your product or trying to get people excited about it, I don't understand why you would focus on like, oh, this comic made this much. I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't care about my comic, right? But it made this much, and it's gonna make even more. And people are like, oh well, do you want to talk about it? Nope. That just seems very backwards to me.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Excuse me.
Could any of you guys ever think of making a comic book? Being involved in one?
I actually have and do, and I think of ideas a lot. I've often, since I was a little kid, wanted to make a comic book, and I'm honestly like, when if this YouTube thing dries up, that's gonna be the first thing I pivot to. So,
hell yeah, cool. Will you be talking about the financials?
Yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about for sure.
Yeah.
Like the comic will be
that's
about.
what I've been thinking about. Yeah.
It's going to be about finances. The comic book, the plot is going to be all about.
It's going to be
money.
about a warehouse and the people at the warehouse storing comic books.
Yeah. Right. There's nothing like there is no fighting in it. There is no powers.
Well, there'll be fighting over warehouse space.
True. It'll be like a financial battle. And like lawsuits and shit. I'm looking forward to that.
People found that the Jasmine character is a personal insert character. Oh my god! Not that that's a bad thing, as we talked about with Blurred on, whenever a couple weeks ago. To say something as a self-insert is not a judgment of quality, right? It's just saying that like somebody did a self-insert. That's not inherently bad or good. It's one of those things. In fact, I have something that Sketchy Got Hands shared that I'm glad I remembered it because it's pretty freaking cool, and I think it is, I don't know, something we can take to the bank. I don't know if Turf, who doesn't have a recently sick voice and would like to read a bit.
I can read.
Okay. Well, this is actually kind of small and a little bit fuzzy. Let's see.
We'll see. Yeah. I have young eyes. I am, as we all know, 14.
Okay.
All right. I used to work for a trade book reviewer where I got paid to review people's books. And one of the rules of that review company is one that I think is just super useful to media analysis as a whole. And that is, we were told never to critique media for what it didn't do, but only for what it did. So, for instance, I couldn't say, this book didn't give its characters strong agency or goals. I instead had to say, the characters in this book acted in ways that often felt misaligned with their characterization, as if they were being pulled by the plot. I think this is really important because a lot of critiques people give is, if subverted to address what the book does instead of what it doesn't do, actually read pretty nonsensical. For instance, none of the characters were unique, becomes all of the characters read like other characters that exist in other media, which, like, okay, that's not really a critique. It's just how fiction works. Or none of the characters were likable, becomes all of the characters at some point or another did things that I found disagreeable or annoying, which is literally how every book works. Can you scroll down a bit more? It also keeps you from holding a book to a standard it never sought to meet. The world... Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Keep up.
My bad.
The world building in this book simply wasn't complex enough, becomes the world building in this book was very simple, which, yes, good, that can actually be a good thing. Many books aspire to this. It's not actually a negative critique, or the stakes weren't very high and the climax didn't really offer any major plot twists or turns, becomes the stakes were low and the ending was quite predictable, which, if this is a cute rom-com, is exactly what I'm looking for. True. Not to mention, I think this really helps to deconstruct a lot of the biases we carry into fiction. Characters not having strong agency isn't inherently bad. Characters who react to their surroundings can make a good story, so saying the characters didn't have enough agency is kind of weak. But when you flip it to say the characters acted misaligned from their characterization, which we can now see that the real problem here isn't that they lacked agency, but that this lack of agency is inconsistent with the type of character that they are. A character this strong-willed should have more agency if a weak-willed character might not.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it's a lot to take in, but it's also a fucking pretty potent notion that's being expressed. And I never thought about it like that. And at first when I was reading, I was like, wait, is the first couple of sentences basically, I was like, wait, are they saying that you should never say anything negative about, and it's like, no, it's just making this, it's kind of the same thing as like just complaining but not saying what you would prefer, which is what a lot of people do. You know what I mean? And this is a great way to not do that, where you're actually saying what you think it should be doing instead of just saying that this isn't good or whatever.
True, yeah. Where it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if, yeah. I agree. No, like, I mean, we see this a lot. Like if someone's talking about, for example, like, oh, this piece of like media is pushing its agenda, and then that's like a bad thing, right? But like that's not inherently a bad thing, right? You need to explain why you think that
there's
is
a lot of
affecting it.
There's a lot of like presumptive like front-loaded presumptions that go into a lot of these quote-unquote critiques by especially chuds, where it's like it's a self-insert, and it's like, well, you have to already feel like that's going to be a negative thing every time, unless it's your guy writing it, then you can make an excuse for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob, you got a clip of something you'd like to look at?
Oh yeah, no. So something I just thought was interesting. It's something that happened a few days ago that I just found out about last night. So I didn't get a chance to put anything fancy together for it or research it too much, but I did find a fun clip of it. But this is EVS doing his part of his review of ISOM #1.
Oh boy!
And I just want to stress, when it comes to EVS versus Eric July, I'm just here with the popcorn. I'm having fun.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, and the thing is though that as I've always said whenever I've talked about him, is like there's two things that Ethan does really well. And one of them is lie, and use those lies to convince a bunch of people to follow him and give him money. Another one is, he knows some stuff about comics. I used to say that he draws really well. After kind of reflecting on some of his stuff that I used to like, I don't feel that strongly about it anymore, that it's that good. But yeah, he knows comics. Like if Ethan Van Sciver gave me some pointers on how to do comics, I would not fucking just outright reject that. You know what I mean? Like, and Eric July did, and does, and that's stupid. But
yeah.
But yeah, here's a brief clip. I'm sure there's probably better stuff. Maybe I'll go through it because it might be fun to go through at some point. But
somewhere near Florida, I'm gonna fucking throw my pen across the room. Do you know where it is? Do you know where it is? Where this is?
So this actually makes a good point about sorry. When in case you remember, Bob, when you read it, that the book opens and the first setting that it gives you is what is it? 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
2 weeks ago. And then like a few pages later, it goes to it says earlier. And it's like, and then it never, and like, where the fuck are we right now? What is happening?
2 weeks earlier from what?
No, I mean, 2 weeks earlier is first, and then earlier, and like, well, you're not, dude. You just saw this thing being done in a comic, and you never thought about what it actually is fucking supposed to do.
Yeah, like no, it's like you can use story points like that. You can do 2 weeks earlier, and then the next scene's like 1 week earlier, and then you can tell you're getting closer to a point. But that's not what this.
It never tells you when now is. It never tells you when now is. It's just like, okay, we're just adrift in the fucking time stream, I guess. I don't know.
The whole comic book takes things perpetually.
2 weeks ago in a galaxy far, far away.
This is your story. Tell us one fucking thing. I'm gonna upset Ava. Ava's upstairs, like, and she's hearing Daddy yelling in the basement. I have a 7-year-old daughter. She has autism. She doesn't like it when I yell, but what am I supposed to do? Daddy has to review dog shit, baby. Sorry.
I hate that. Like sometimes he's entertaining, man. Like divorce from all the shit, but like he can be entertaining.
He's a toxic piece of shit, but he can be entertaining, and he does have a good point, because I mean, he even looks like this somewhere in Florida. It looks like it's like a concert or something.
Yeah, this is. I think this is the band. This is the band. I believe it's. What is it? Norfolka. Which is.
This is
presumably-
Norfolka.
I think so. Yeah, they're like a band, and there seem to be some blending of Norse and African something, which is a fucking really weird and fucked up and problematic, I'd say, kind of thing to do. But I didn't know that Ethan had a autistic daughter, and that's
No,
rad.
I didn't know that
I mean,
I
rad
feel
in the
like
sense that I also
if-
have autistic kid, and so I guess we have that in common. Cool.
Yeah. I feel like if you have a child who doesn't like it when you shout, and then they can hear you, and you're reading a comic which really doesn't require you to shout and scream,
And then you do it,
and then you do it
just for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, that's like
kind of shitty. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it is not that serious, brother. like if you want to be like entertaining and stuff, right? Soundproof your room. You have them. You should be able to.
Well, if I had Ethan's money, I probably would just get an independent soundproof room to my recordings.
Yeah, especially if like your thing is to like be like and fine, right? Like if your form of entertainment is like being very eccentric and shouting and screaming and stuff, right? But then, you know what? Never mind. I'm not. That's his life.
So,
but yeah,
I mean, not that. That's not the one. I don't know that like writing actually isn't a strong suit either. I've got a couple page spread of from Cyberfrog that this is the only really thing I've seen from it. Yeah. And
maybe I'll review it sometime on my channel. I am reviewing comic books, but
you have Cyberfrog, don't you?
Yeah, I have Cyberfrog #1.
Oh wait, well, I mean, look, I got it technically. You know what I mean? Like, I've got it. You know what I'm saying? Ahoy, me mateys. And stuff. You get what I'm saying? You guys get the reference? All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, so we need to watch this next thing before we move on any further, because this is going to set up something that we're going to do in every episode, I think. Anytime we watch a Chud video, and this is something that you guys can, no, it's not stolen. I haven't stolen anything. What are you talking about? It's a borrowed copy. Somebody else decided to rip it or whatever. But I mean, look. Even if I could go, or if I wanted to risk it, go and steal a physical copy of Cyberfrog from somewhere, I would, and I wouldn't feel bad about it.
I don't know why you would. I have.
I wouldn't
take it from me, so I have an excuse not to talk about it.
I really wouldn't, but I'm just saying that like there's not an ounce of fucking cheap ass. No, I'm just judicious about where I spend my money. And now you're getting fucking banned for being
It's good for you to admit such things about yourself. I mean, some self-reflection is welcome on this channel, and think about how you can be better than a cheap ass, man. Evolve.
True. So yeah, we're gonna play a game going forward in the in the show. Anytime we watch a Chud video, and it's called Chud Bingo. And but in order to introduce that, I'm gonna play this clip. That is actually a clip that I stole it. I'm a cheap ass. I stole this from Pillar of Garbage and uploaded it on the Initiative channel. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Hell yeah.
So I just want to point out, like, he did this video talking about the fight scene in Echo real quick, but I didn't even know it was a thing, and he's already got a video out on it, and I'm like, holy shit!
He made this video.
On my radar. Yeah,
this is a 4-minute or something clip out of I think like a 13 minute something video that. And he did it in a day.
Check it out, guys.
He did it in a day. Yes.
Yeah. No, like he's talking about, and then like within like 2 days, the video's out. I'm like, how the fuck did you do that video? That thing's amazing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, man. It really is frustrating. Like, if I didn't have so much respect for the guy, I'd fucking hate him. To be honest, no, I'm fucking totally kidding. Fucking love Pillar. He's great. Honestly, he's fucking inspiring. Comforting to know he's out here doing this.
It's been pointed out plenty, often by the guys over at the Fandom Initiative, that a staple tool in the "this media is woke and bad" toolkit is showing low-quality footage, often slowed, often audio replaced, while making complaints. It's convince audience thing is shit on easy mode, because when you distort a piece of TV, when you pull apart all those strands that come together to lift a viewer into belief, when you separate them out, pull a microscope on...
You know what I just realized? I don't know that the Chud Bingo thing is even in this clip. I think I just
I
want
don't
to
know,
watch the
but we
clip
can
again.
introduce it separately. I'm
All
fine.
right.
This is a great
on
clip.
them,
Huh?
yeah, the illusion gets broken. It looks fake, no shit. If you repeat and boost the squeaky pedal in Since I've Been Loving You, that's gonna...
And he's a Zeppelin fan too. Like, how fucking cool is this
Mhm.
guy? God damn it.
Yeah, yeah.
sound like a mess too. But obviously, it isn't really. But yeah, this one's a freebie. These guys don't even have to make the edit themselves. They can just press play, react, and compare it unfavorably to the Netflix Daredevil sequences it's calling back to. So, I tell you what, let's you and I rewatch that first hallway fight scene, but let's do it in the same way these guys are watching this one. Hey guys, anti-woke warrior 906 back at it with more content, trying to take down the woke Marvel menace. Let's do a little react. Let's do some react video to the Netflix's woke Daredevil. Whoa, what?
What?
You trying to sell me on that? What? This is just dog shit, isn't it? Can't believe Netflix is trying to ruin our male hero characters. What was that? Hey, yeah, don't forget to give me super thanks and give me loads of money so I can get the fight up against the woke Marvel menace. You know, I think it just goes to show how far Marvel have fallen. Give me loads of money.
Give me loads of money.
Wait, what? Let's see that again. Super fans, super patriot fans.
Super
let's
patriot
have
fans.
Let's have a little look at this. That is cap. Nothing but air. Clean sweep past bro's face, and he's rolling away, trying to sell us, trying to pass by this awful woke choreography. Let's see some more high octane thrills from the wonderful choreography at Marvel. What? Yeah, okay, that looks great, doesn't it? What? Wow. Okay, yeah. So they just have no respect for us as viewers, because that was nowhere near, was it? Oh, yeah. So this is take one. I think they should try this again. This is obviously take one. I think they need to practice this a few more times. I think this is take one. Oh yeah, this looks so bad, by the way. I don't know. Maybe it's the lack of sound. Maybe it's the potato quality. But I don't know. It just looks kind of bad, don't you think? What's bro doing? Just falling against the wall? Oh, you got me fucked if you think I'm buying that. What are we watching? Don't forget to give me super thanks. Alright guys, right, you ready for this one? Look at this. Wow, that must have hurt so much. Look at him. Alright Patriots, I think it's kind of obvious what the takeaway here is. This is all rubbish. You shouldn't watch this. Anyone who does is a soy boy cuck, leftist, and I'm really clever. I know how to analyze media. I'm a smart boy.
Yeah.
So, guys, what I learned from that is that the Daredevil fight scene is actually garbage. It's woke.
Yeah,
and woke.
All those,
Yeah.
every single one of those hallway fight scenes that I fucking thought was like just fucking next level amazing shit. Apparently, they're not good.
It's woke. Yeah,
It's woke, man.
It's woke choreography, guys.
It's kind of shit.
So there's no differences then in what between what and what. Yeah, I mean,
Pillar Garbage is good at his craft. It helps that he's British. Because British people aren't real, and
Right.
I believe he's made in the lab. Because he came out. I don't know. He just came and then he just conquered, and he's just thriving. And it's like, damn, that's not real.
He just spits out videos quickly, and they're well thought out, well edited. And it's like, dude, it would take me like the time it takes from him to go from idea of a video to a video is the time it takes for me to write like maybe a page of a good video.
And his channel is always linked in the below space, by the way. So you know he's just perma-linked right there, because he's the guy. So man, I didn't know you did some fight choreography. That's cool. I mean, yeah, there's always nitpicks. Like there's nitpicks in that. Like I mean, you can like one of the things that I remember noticing, maybe not the first time I watched that first hallway scene, but like the second or something is those guns being rubber as shit. You know what I mean? Like, because of course they're not going to hit them in the fucking face with each other in the face with real guns or anything solid. It's just like a rubber thing, and you can tell whenever you really look at it that it kind of and it's like, man, you just have to kind of accept certain shit, thing like that, like, or you're just being a fucking entitled, I don't know, like, irrational asshole.
Well, I mean, the Daredevil fight, what made that fight so cool is that it's one shot. I mean, that was the coolest thing about it. And they just literally just got the best take they could because it's a very technically difficult thing. Is it going to be perfect? No, you're never going to get it perfect. You just get it
that's the
as
only
good
one
as
that's
possible. Yeah.
I think that's the only one that's actually one shot, because I know that most of the time nowadays when they do a one shot like that, that's not really. They like.
Well,
seam
I
it
was actually
together.
gonna. It's not technically one shot. It's very. They hide the cuts very
Okay,
well.
I didn't. Yeah,
But yeah,
kind of like man. You know what the best fucking Warner is? True Detective, season 1, episode 4. Holy shit! All right.
I love True Detective season 1. That is so good.
I like.
So I mean,
the
there was
long take in Haunting of Hill House. Sorry, go.
one of the things about the Echo fight scene that I feel like, I don't know if I need to watch it again, but I feel like there was a couple of things that happened that people are thinking was like a mistake, and it was like them fucking with each other, from what I could tell. Did you catch that, Bob? Like there was like a little bit of playfulness with their fighting, and
I know one thing that people criticized was like when she held her leg back before kicking him.
Yeah.
But like it's actually something where if you actually watch, you can see he kind of had his arm up and she was literally holding her leg back till he dropped his arm and then kicked him in the face. And it was like that was clearly intended.
Yeah, I feel like
choreography.
Yeah, I mean, because there was some, I don't know, there's some really impressive stuff in there, and it just seems like that would be a big mistake for them to have let something like that go if they didn't mean to do it. Whenever there was such impressive stuff just right around that moment, right?
Yeah.
And yes, you should. If anybody hasn't watched season 1 of True Detective, man, like I don't care if you like cop shows or not, it doesn't matter. It's honestly one of the greatest fucking seasons of TV ever. Sorry.
Each season of True Detective is standalone, and I have not gone past a couple episodes in season 2 because I just couldn't get into it. But season 1 like grabs you quickly, and it is such a good story. Like, it is absolutely worth watching.
Is it like different things every season?
Yeah, it's an anthology, and like the second season. Look, I watched the second season 3 times since it came out, and the third time I actually found what it is supposed to be doing, kind of thing, and like I enjoyed it for what it is. But like it took 3 times, and the first 2 times was not like I hated it. It just the whole time you're waiting for it to feel like season 1 did, and it just isn't, because it's just fucking season 1's lightning in a bottle. It's just fucking magic. Anyways, so that didn't have Chud Bingo in it, clearly. So I need to find that so we can actually introduce that concept. Scroll. And also, shout out to Pillar of Garbage for introducing the concept of Chud Bingo, which we're totally going to rip off and make a thing we're going to do on a regular basis here.
Because we steal things.
Because we're cheap asses, yes. And we don't have good ideas ourselves.
Borrow things.
You know what they say, steal from the best, right?
Yeah.
They say that. Somebody says that, I think. I don't know.
Imitation is the best form of flattery, I think they say.
That's why all these chuds, all their videos are basically exactly the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
All right, here goes Chud Bingo. And so I guess the way that this would be played, because normally Bingo, everybody has a different card, but I guess this would just be like we're all on the same team.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a little factual error, some racism, sexism, transphobia, undefined use of woke, videos mostly cam footage in a corner of a streaming overlay, reliance on distorted footage.
You know,
Most
actually,
clearly,
that
it's
one.
all media.
I want to ask you guys about that one because it seems like lots of these guys, what they will do is they do a streaming setup, but like the video frequently doesn't seem like it's streamed at all. It's just a streaming setup, and then they bring up like Bounding the Comics and yell about something for like 7 minutes, whatever.
Well, I know that
I don't think those are streamed, right?
I mean, I don't know. I know that like you can look and see that the Geeks and Gamers will typically be streaming like throughout during the week earlier in the day, and I haven't ever watched one of those. I don't know if some of the videos that we end up watching are from that stream or what. But yeah, I mean, you know, I've done that before a couple times where we've done that where we've recorded a video in StreamYard and not streamed it.
Mm-hmm. True.
But
of course, we aren't usually bringing up a Bounding Into Comics article and then streaming woke.
No, we'll bring up a Bounding Into Comics article and scream that this is fucking really fucking evil
Scream
shit.
hacks.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like this is pretty good.
I think it makes the point.
It'd be really cool to like find a video that had all of them. That would be insane.
Ooh, you could probably do that.
Yeah, there's probably
I
some
think
here
we'll
that
do
are.
that. Probably like a Critical Drinker or Nerdrotic, but not on their main channel, on their secondary channel.
Yeah.
Where it's just a stream clip, because Mahler's almost always gonna be in like their streams.
Yeah, I mean, this is just so many videos.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could have this. Maybe I'll find a way to have it like up on the screen. I'll do an overlay or something where we can have it on the screen all the time whenever we're watching a video. I don't know how we would do it, but you know, I don't know, Turf, you managed to get that Jeopardy game pretty rad. I don't know if you can think of something, but
to get like bingo up.
Yeah, so that we can actually like, I don't know, mark it off as we're going or something.
Yeah, I mean, that shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, no, the easiest way would be
Like put it into like an editing thing and then just cross it out.
Yeah.
As we go.
So hold
on.
That should be possible.
My favorite one is Dead Eyes. It's just Dead Eyes. Like, holy shit, it's fucking brutal. I don't know what banging on about means though. That's a weird phrase. Banging on.
Out of curiosity, does this work?
Still banging on about that. That's just like
Okay,
still.
yeah, cool.
Is that some of the fucking degenerate Brit speak?
I guess so.
Okay.
It seems like it. Still banging on about The Last Jedi, are we?
We're banging on about it. Yeah. I
Well,
know.
at least we don't have school shootings.
True. Yes. At least you don't. Yes. No, I'm totally being a douchebag. I know what it means. It's just, you know. Look. The guy makes me feel, you know, inadequate. Okay. I'm lashing out. All right.
Yeah. We get it.
I mean, there's a couple edits I might do this. I might put something in here about Ghostbusters 2016, maybe.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably think of a
that one
bunch
more
more.
than they should.
If you guys know of any other ones, let us know, and we can probably like add to the list. And I know that he actually said that he got some suggestions from his audience. So you know, he can't take all the credit, that fucker. No,
He told me he's taking all the credit.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess he deserves it. But yeah, so I think we could probably come up with a bunch more over time and just have like several different. I don't know. Maybe the four of us sometime could have different cards. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like we each.
Yeah, that could be fun. And then we scatter it a bit, and then
we see who wins.
That's a Pillar of Garbage did this. Because you know, it wasn't enough to make an awesome video in a day, but you know, he also has
Bro just casually made this.
Just like, oh yeah, I did this whenever you know, in my spare time. Like,
yeah, you know.
God.
Damn, all right, brother.
All right. Well,
this is like a day of work for me, just this.
So we'll bring this back in a minute. The Japanese culture square. Praising Japanese culture. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like whenever Critical Drinker does it, but then he can't name a single thing.
Greg, I'm feeling a bit called out by this one.
All right. So we got a couple of clips here. A couple of quick clips here. So this is edgier than that. We've watched one of their videos before, one of their shorts. They make great shorts. They make great videos too. But the shorts are short. So
Just want to show you what I consider to be the all-time greatest clip from the YouTube channel Geeks and Gamers. And I cannot stress enough, this is not edited. From the visuals to the audio, this is 100% Jeremy's own work, and it is, quite frankly, a masterpiece.
Maybe if Elon Musk was to ever buy Disney or Star Wars and cleans house just like he did with Twitter, then we can start having a conversation of Star Wars getting back on track. But the reality of it is under the current Lucasfilm leadership, we would never get anything remotely close to this. And that just shows you the inherent problem with Star Wars as it is.
Like, one, because they continue to pretend like they care about just telling a good story or quality writing, and then they come out and tell you this is actually what they care about. But also, dude, there's a website for you if that's what you're looking for. Rise of Skywalker was bad, and it also didn't have any sexy AI Rey. Think about that.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around Elon Musk being the one in charge of making a good Star Wars movie. Like,
right.
Yeah,
they really like these guys write some fiction that's just like, wow, man. I mean, it would
like,
be terrible, but like it's kind of entertaining that you think
like
that
where
way.
did it come from, going from like, oh, why this like massive company that's out of reach with what the fans want, why are they in charge of Star Wars? Let's bring the richest man in the world who's out of touch with anyone else. Let's give it to him. He'll save it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why would Elon Musk do?
Right?
Well,
yeah.
So somebody asked about the muscly women, and I want to explain what that's about, or just by visual representation here.
Neurotic, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty clearly nerdrotic. Has a weird fetish.
I'm sure you can get a lot of them that do this, but Nerdrotic does it in almost every single thumbnail.
There's one.
Just have a muscly woman in there.
I mean,
he really does it with Brie Larson a lot, and then also Galadriel. I don't know her actress's name.
Morphet Clark.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame him for like wanting.
Look, there's
big
a
muscle woman to fucking break his neck between their thighs, but like, yikes, man.
No, if muscle women are your kink, that's fine, man. But like, no need to shame it. No,
exactly. Like this is all.
This
like
too.
This comes off very as like kindergarten bullying, you know, where it's like he secretly has a crush on all these women, but then he's insecure about himself. He doesn't know what to do, and so he has to like do weird stuff and like pretend that they're bad. But it's because he actually just really wants them, like really wants them. He would do anything to be with them.
Oh, Mr. Tardis mentioned that. Sorry, Bob. I know you hit one too. That's crazy. That's awesome though. Did we show him that or no?
I don't remember. We might have. Like, it seems strange that he would bring it up shortly after talking with us, so he might have.
And this was the one you were clicking on, I believe.
Yes. Have you guys heard about Movie Bob Chipman? You mean the guy who stole my YouTube name?
Yeah.
No, I've never heard of him.
You can be Comic Bob now.
It's not the same. I'm alright. Organized Chaos. The damage is done.
Organized Chaos is cool.
Rendered.
It's a cool name.
Disorganized Order.
Oh.
I can't do that, Turf. That's an oxymoron.
So yeah, Elon Musk, like just this fucking fantasizing about Elon Musk. Like, why would Elon Musk buy Disney? Why would they sell Disney to Elon Musk? Like,
and what would he do with it? Like,
he'd probably fucking make it all full of Nazis. I don't know. Like, he just
the Empire wins, guys.
Yeah, the Empire would be the good guys. That's what it would happen exactly.
Yeah, he just retcons like the original trilogy and writes it so that the rebels lose.
Come on now, Movie Bob's not a fucking Nazi, dude. Jesus. I mean, I'm an advocate for using that word where appropriate, and like if someone actually espouses actual Nazi beliefs, sure, but like I know for a fact he doesn't. So
yeah, our movie Bob's pretty vocally anti-Nazi, so you need to have some serious evidence to convince me otherwise.
Make Disney fascist again, yeah.
Yes, that sounds right.
All right. Well, what else we got? I mean, I guess I got more stuff to show, but I don't
I was
want to.
about to say, you got some clips I'm intrigued by.
Oh yeah.
I got some clips. Well, so here is actually, there's something I need to address. And I'll do that after we do this clip. So this is a channel called Night from Hammerfell. And I wasn't sure what to think about him at first, just because, you know, when you see a channel that has a whole lot of black people in the thumbnails, just like in a lot of the thumbnails, and it's like all about fan culture and stuff like that. It's like, you know what I mean? And it says woke and stuff like that. Like this could go either way, right? Like, and then you look closer and you realize that, wait, almost all of the black people in these thumbnails are Kanye, which is like its own wrinkle to the potential problematic nature of things. But you know, although he does have some opinions I kind of disagree with, turns out he is just a black dude who is commenting on you know, fan gaming culture generally. And this video, Gaming is Woke, is one that I watched some of and seems pretty good. I think he probably deserves some more subs. He's you know, pushing back against some of the bullshit.
Side, you get to beat the shit out of women.
What the fuck?
What is woke? When this word became popular, initially the meaning of this term was an individual became more aware of the social injustice, or basically any current affairs related to like bias, discrimination, or double standards. However, as time passed, people started using this term recklessly, stupidly, perhaps killing the word entirely.
Fucking Afrofuturism game, man. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna take this shit seriously. Fuck this.
He's just fucking black, man. Let's get one thing out of the way, guys. We all know gamers in our current day society are the most oppressed, and I have watertight proof to back this up. Section 8, pronouns in Starfield. I know. When I saw this, when I tell you my blood was...
So me and Turf were talking about yesterday, looking at this, that like the irony layers, it's just... It takes me a minute to sometimes. I don't know if it's just the kids these days. Their irony is just much more pointed than my own. I don't know. Like I would just feel like I would be not taken the right way if I tried to do this much irony, right? But it is irony.
Boiling when I saw those darn pronouns. I almost told my wife's boyfriend about it from how fucking pissed I was. Was that not enough evidence to quench your unlimited thirst for knowledge, you little freaking weirdo munchkin? Section B, gendered bathrooms in Dead Space Remake. Ugh, that bitch Glenn Schofield, how dare he? I can feel my skin crawling. Those fucking bathrooms, I can't take it, these darn woke fucking libtards. Ugh. Oh, don't believe me yet? Are you still trying to use that weak, feeble mind of yours trying to convince yourself that gaming isn't woke? Section C, activate my trap card, motherfucker! Eli Vance from Half-Life 2. Now you're probably asking, Knight, how is this woke? And my answer to that is, are you stupid? He's black. Look at him. And we all know black people is just a lie the woke media made to control all of us. Think, YouTube user, those 5G rays your phone has is making you a sissy, but you're not listening to me. Your phone is woke, your dog is woke, Marvin Branagh from Resident Evil 2 is woke, and even worse, gaming is woke. Think of Dan Versus with a porn addiction and lots of Nazi fan fiction, and this is basically the synthetic man. The one man that killed the meaning of woke and overused it to oblivion. Anything that isn't a white man is considered woke to him.
Very little about it other than it being an FPS, but given the diverse cast...
Huh? What? Woke counter from diverse cast? Is it because there's a black guy, or is it because there's a woman, synthetic man? You gotta tell me, man. I don't understand anymore.
Take a look at what the average Nintendo family looks like.
As I pause this video and I stare into the sunset and I think to myself, am I the woke or the wokey? I proceed to stare down at my black melanated hands and I look up at the beautiful creature that is synthetic man. If only I was white like you, synthetic man. A beautiful, white, balding man. Why? In the few short clips I've shown you can automatically piece together his character very easily. He's a part of the Sigma-based gaming community that calls any video game or piece of media woke. No, Synthetic Man, just because a certain character is black does not mean it's woke. And maybe I could have tossed him a white bone obviously, if his argument was race swapping characters, because even a melanated man such as myself would be pissed if a character got race swapped. For example, Ariel. Instead of creating something interesting or original, they race swapped a character, and this feels wrong because it comes off as pandering or trying to win brownie points.
By this black and Asian couple, but to average people, is it not just distracting after a certain point?
What the fuck? Now you're probably asking, why do you care about this guy's opinion so much? Probably the fact that this dude has mathematically and scientifically perfected the most brain-dead YouTube audience known to man. Don't believe me? Just look at this shit, man. Gaming is dead. Movies are dead. Music is dead. Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're in some real pretty shit now, man. This dude probably thinks Eminem is the greatest rapper ever just for the fact that he raps fast. But seriously, guys, how narrow and small is your worldview? Perspective is important.
Wait, is Eminem not the best rapper because he raps fast?
He is. Don't worry, Dane. He is.
Okay, phew. Jesus Christ.
I'd say Macklemore is.
Oh boy. I mean, that's like the PG version.
That's
I don't know. Macklemore can push it. He's in PG-13.
Yeah, he gets right up to the edge of edgy. Yeah. No, this point about perspective is fucking one I'm always making. So rewind this a bit.
Is the greatest rapper ever just for the fact that he raps fast. But seriously, guys, how narrow and small is your worldview? Perspective is important, and the lack of having perspective and the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes is the cause of any human conflict. This man's worldview is as small as the bridge between his eyebrows. You cannot comprehend what representation is. Almost everyone wants a character that they can point at and yell, "That's me." Sometimes, and I'm sorry for ruining your escapism immersion here, the character can be black. Now, does this mean the only way for someone to be represented is through skin color? Of course not. Look at Goku. This motherfucker is more popular in Mexico than he is in Japan. Cosplaying and seeing yourself in a character is a powerful form of expression, and my people are kind of limited when it comes to this type of stuff. I mean, yeah, I could cosplay as a white character, but I also don't want to be called Nigato the next time I roll up to a fucking Comic-Con function. Or even worse, get called Leon Niggity. And once again, Synthetic Man, just because the character is black does not mean the game is woke. And this entire perspective can be applied to gay people as well, and I guarantee your assessment of gay people is very, very fucking narrow. The first thing you see when you boot up your cum-stained TV is Big Black Cock News and see the evil demon gay pride parade where they have their nipples hooked up to a fucking car battery. Now, as much as you claim that dreaded libtards are influenced by propaganda, so are you.
But no! This is disgusting and evil. These darn gays have to be evil.
You shut your dumb ass up for 7 milliseconds right now. Something that for some reason surprises me is the lack of knowledge that some people have when it comes to communities and overgeneralizing said community. There will always be a quote-unquote bad bunch in any community, and this is undeniable. There will be bad people in the gay community. There will be pedos in the Minecraft community. There will be bad people in the white community. There will be bad people in the black community. There will be bad people in the Hispanic community. Now, does this define who they are as a person? And the obvious answer is no. I've never seen someone as obsessed with skin color or woke propaganda as this man. And the fact that diversity bothers you so much to the point of calling a game bad and woke is fucking malarkey. And when it really comes down to it, it's not that deep. It's never that deep. When I saw the gendered bathroom in Dead Space, my first reaction was in fact not to bitch on Twitter. You know what I did? The fact that these people care so much about such a minute detail is insane to me. If I'm still getting viciously molested by an alien, then the game still serves its original purpose.
Hey, this is clearly the sissy 5G waves influencing you to conform to this propaganda of replacing posters with colored people and gender-neutral bathrooms.
Now, I don't know how you play games, Synthetic Man, but usually when I play, I'm not staring at posters for longer than a fucking nanosecond. If it bothers you so much, just make a mod that removes it like they did with the fucking trans flag truck in Cyberpunk. Synthetic Man and many others have completely taken the meaning out of woke, overusing it to the point it reaches irony. Stop playing Vidget 2 months ago. Sick of these fuckers ruining everything. I'd rather read 100-year-old books. I live in Canada, where everyone is a shit-lib Marxist, and I need to escape that hellscape reality somehow. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. We all know books from 100 years ago aren't woke, so this is obviously the direction we have to go.
As Alan Wake 2 wins again. We'll give the disclaimer once again. I did not play Alan Wake 2. everything I've heard about it tells me this is fucking bullshit.
What the fuck? I love how honest you are about all this bullcrap. I'm glad I grew up in the golden age of gaming when it was just fun and magical, not a chore and a lecture. This channel gives me a good laugh. No thanks, fuck that. Lol. Ah yes, the golden age of gaming. If only we could go back to the age of the Atari where it was just beeps and bloops. I bet this motherfucker was pissed when they revealed Samus was actually a girl. A huge thing this guy harps on is women being ugly in video games. Now, Synthetic Man, I know you've never been close to a woman in your life, but this is gonna knock your gamer socks off. Women do in fact grow peach fuzz. Aloy, a warrior that's probably never heard of what the fuck shaving is gonna grow hair. Ugly women can also be subjective. Girls can be conventionally attractive, meaning most people will agree to their attractiveness, but just because some girls in video games do not look like your modded Skyrim wenches does not mean they're ugly. The logic Synthetic Man has is clearly, if me can't jerk off to video game women, then women serve no purpose and is ugly. Why are you surprised that a girl from Last of Us doesn't look like a supermodel? She comes from a fucking zombie apocalypse. I really doubt she has the time to be putting on a pound of foundation mid-gunfight. Not just video games. It's everywhere. An infiltration, plain and simply. This dude is treating diversity like it's the fucking Vietnam War. Guys, it's really not that serious. Some sensible human beings could probably see
Also, I feel like we're just sitting here and just watching it because it's good.
It is good. I'm just captivated. It's a very good presentation.
I feel like we should watch more, and I feel like people should go watch this, like the rest of it themselves, and give this guy
I want to steal content.
Because we really don't have much to say because we're all just vibing with it.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. Thank you for pointing that out because I'm just sitting here like, dude, this guy, like, I'm trying to keep up with the energy, but he's like, he's making me laugh every like 20 seconds.
Yeah,
like we're all just like laughing along and just like watching this, and I just for a minute there, I just forgot that we had a chat. Like I forgot we were live. I was just like watching. So everyone,
I just put the video
channel,
link.
Check out his videos.
Yes. Fantastic video. Like, I guess we got about halfway through. Fantastic stuff.
Yes.
I'm really digging it.
Give it a watch.
Night from Hammerfell. Night from Hammerfell, dude. Please don't fucking like copyright claim us. And if you do, then I'm sorry, man. You know, we're just trying to give you a little.
We are enemies forever.
Yep.
Yes, we will.
But keep up the good
not
work.
get much money from this from the stream.
I mean, I know on my channel I do not accept links in chat, so just because I know that I would be getting them all the time from Chuds being like, here's a link of somebody saying something that I think proves everything I believe. And it would,
yeah. I always love their evidence. It's quite.
So I gotta do something kind of unfortunate now. And I'm glad I remembered this because So there's some guys that have been, you know, they've watched us before and they make some decent content and stuff from what I've seen. Like they're cool guys. They have a, you know, I guess I don't want to say small channel, but like, you know, smallish. They got 2,750 something subs. And I've been, you know, they were on the list of like people that I was gonna invite on once we got the, you know, going for the year again after my break and everything. And I still would like to have them on, but I would hope that they will listen whenever I point out to them what I'm about to say, because I happened to just notice that they had a stream set for what's today. Tomorrow is when their stream is set for, and they have a guest coming on that I suppose that I actually saw where they said in the their community post they didn't know anything about this guy, and now they're proud to have him on and stuff. And I just would implore them to change their minds because they have an interview with Alec Peters tomorrow scheduled. And guys, like, you know, I mean, I understand, like, you know, he's like somebody that's got a lot of, you know, clout on his name, I suppose, if you look in one direction of the internet. But if you look in the other direction of the internet, you're going to see a whole bunch of other shit. And I posted on their community post about it some links to, you know, just kind of like, hey, please read these links in here. And, you know, I don't know if it doesn't seem they've, you know, but there's like, these are just several accounts of people and their very detailed experiences with him. And it just seems like anybody that ends up close to the guy gets fucked over, and he's not only taken a bunch of money that was supposed to be for fan films that or whatever, that like he's also screwed over Star Trek and like Paramount and stuff, and he's like he didn't just break the rules, he shattered the rules. And I'm not talking about it in the content way. It's one thing to be like, their rules for what you can do for a fan film are kind of limiting, and I want to do a little bit more than that. It's like, okay, whatever, that's a creative aspect of it. No, what he did was he made merchandise with Star Trek shit on it that looked like official Star Trek merchandise, and he's selling that. So like, and it's just, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. The way that he treats people is generally the thing that is fucking atrocious. And man, if you guys interview him, okay, cool. I just would urge you to not get close to the guy and like, mind your wallets, I suppose. But yeah, just trying to do a look out there for you.
Yeah, I remember like I got an email from him early into the initiative, and then you were the one who made me aware of a lot of the stuff he's done. I was like, oh well, no thank you. And it just doesn't seem like a person you want to get involved with.
He did not have permission. So like they actually changed the rules for what was legally allowed as a fan film because of him, because he had raised like, I don't know, some ridiculous amount of money, that unprecedented amount of money for a fan film, through crowdfunding. And then he'd started hiring actual professional actors to act in the thing. And it's like at a certain point, it's no longer a fan film, and you're just, yes, that's the one Paul Jenkins is embroiled in a lawsuit with. Absolutely. Paul Jenkins, the comic book writer who he brought on to, I guess, write or direct or something. And he got fucked over. What's his name? I don't like the guy, but he got fucked over, I believe. Robert Meyer Burnett was the director of his of the thing for a little while, and they, it's just a bunch of crap. I mean, honestly, Terra Story, I don't like them much either. Yeah, I'm talking about the Axanar guy. Yes, Axanar. Maybe that's a word that some of you have heard if you've not heard of Alec Peters' name. But Axanar is the thing that he did or was supposed to do or whatever.
Yeah, he's done like a short film on it, but the movie has never actually been created. He got some big names involved with it, but yeah, it just seems to be like he's taking lots of money for this movie, and he produced a trailer from it, and then that seems to be it.
Yeah, I mean, he got sued, but the thing is, he sues people left and right. Like he's there's videos of him just like fucking gloating over just suing somebody, just not because he needs the money, not because he thinks that they're wrong, but just because he wants to fuck them over, kind of shit. And it's like the guy is a fucking trash fire, and yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure the trailer is still out there. I think so. I think so.
All right.
Yeah, man, I think the trailer's probably on YouTube. I mean, it looks nice, but yeah, it's
yeah.
Let's see.
All right.
Are you leaving?
What?
Are you trying to leave?
No, I'm saying.
Turf is about ready to say I'm staying for another 6 hours. We're doing a long stream, guys.
Yeah, even if I have to be here by myself.
Okay.
I was just saying I don't have too much time left.
Well, let's find out about this price on Nerdrotic's head.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to look into it. Like, I'll be blunt. Like, I don't know a whole lot. I've heard like third-hand information on this stuff.
It's a fucking molehill,
Yeah. Essentially, all I've heard is that like one of his old California addresses got doxxed. He doesn't live in California anymore, by the way, guys.
Right.
So I don't know anything else besides that. So it's like they're saying doxxed. I'm like, I guess, but kind of.
Well, there's the doxing part of it, which I didn't know about until you told me. But then there's the death threats.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Aubrey, we love you too. Glad to have you. All right, so here's just like a very quick video from some chuds. So pull out your Chud Bingo cards.
I did want to talk a little bit about Echo, the reaction to Echo, and some people just saying it's the most incredible thing ever because of all the diversity and all the representation. And I got to give props to Gary from Nerdrotic and specifically to Perry.
I was able to do a good review of Echo and not mention any of that, so I don't know what he's talking about. But hey,
It's weird to just like zero in on that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like either you are a bigot or you are a grifter, or functionally you are both.
Listen, Echo is not the best show ever, but it's pretty fucking solid. If you've seen it, it's solid.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Rick. That somebody would want to kill somebody because they're cool. I mean, I guess John Lennon maybe. Like it's
yeah.
Then there was Jodie Foster and well Reagan. No, not Reagan. Yeah, I don't know if Ryan has a fucking top teeth, to be honest with you.
Chan, his thumbnails are always on point, much more professional than mine.
So the thumbnail that's being referenced here is, and I'll pull that up. It's just another attempt to like this is what it is with him. It's like him being a bigot doesn't piss me off. I mean, that's kind of fucked up to say maybe, but like it's that I can tell that he's mainly a bigot because he knows it will piss people off. Does that make sense? Yeah. And like that makes me madder than anything, just because like, oh man, you're such a fucking lazy, talentless piece of shit. So it is. Hold on, let me pull this open here. And what happened to? I used to be able to download freaking. Maybe it's because I got rid of vidIQ. Never mind, that's my fault. But basically, his Echo review has it says Echo is awful. Marvel goes off the reservation.
Classy.
Yeah, so it's very much like the let's talk about it thing, where it's like the laziest fucking just honestly, it's not even a joke because it's just like you referenced a thing that's related to the thing. Wow, but understandably so, people were pissed about it, and this is what precipitated this whole situation.
And the titles Gary comes up with are often very interesting. Some people apparently don't like it that much. Now, this is Jay. I don't think he's related to RJ. Hashtag Free Palestine, a smiley face, he, him, and a quote, "In a world filled with hate, we must still dare to hope."
Well, hold on. Does Ryan Kendall think that people are named like they're related by first names?
Yes.
No, it isn't.
I think are you a fucking Nerdrotic fan, dude? Because I'll just fuck you off right now. Like, you're not gonna fucking be around here if you're just gonna be here fucking sucking off Nerdrotic's dumbass.
Well, I mean, some people can think what they think, but yeah.
I mean, I want to stress, like, if you're a fan of Nerdrotic, I want you to listen to our critiques. I actually just did a really long freaking video of Nerdrotic.
Yeah.
We got
let me rephrase. I'm not saying that if you like Nerdrotic, you're not welcome here. I'm saying if you like Nerdrotic and then you're just gonna fucking not engage with anything we're saying, and you're just gonna fucking spout bullshit in the comments and just repeat the standard talking point that every one of you guys is saying. Like, I can see other people, your buddies, saying it everywhere else. I don't need you to say it in the fucking chat. So anyway.
He's certainly living by those by that set of morals. We gotta kill this bitch already. Now, he might say kill, he might be saying fuck. Maybe he wants to fuck Gary. I wouldn't be surprised if he was queer, but it's all over Gary's Echo review.
Okay, so the point of this is that I saw several, I think 3 or 4 thumbnails that are I think Yellow Flash maybe, and then Ryan Kill and stuff, and they're all like they want him dead. And it's got a picture of Gary, and it's like they're like taking it's framed so seriously. And actually, that's why I looked into it, because I was like, wow, okay, maybe there's something here. And I was thinking maybe we might end up doing a segment where, this is before I really looked into it. I was like, we might have to do a segment where we go, hey guys, don't do this, Gary. But like, and then I started looking into it, and I'm like, they're not even taking it seriously. They're just using it cynically. This is a fucking account. Like, this is the one account. Yep, one tweet From one person who go back because I want to see if I can look up that that Twitter
is awful. Marvel goes off the red.
So it's Parzival_J. Okay, I'm gonna see what they're about. Because often, whenever they're just showing some random Twitter account, and they're saying, "Look what they are doing," or they're saying, you know what I mean? Like they're framing it as like all of the wokies are doing this or whatever bullshit. It's not that. Oh, god damn it. So yeah, I forgot I can't sign into my Twitters. Can one of you guys do that? Please.
No, so which are we looking for again?
Parzival_J. I just want to see how many followers he has, because often what happens is they'll find some like 12 follower Andy. You know what I mean? That like it has like one like. The tweet has like 1 like or something and no retweets, and they're like, "Look at this," and they fucking act like it's the biggest deal ever. And it's just one of many examples of, you know, them being dishonest grifters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but like I'm sure we all get comments like these all the time on all of our videos, right? Like
No, my comments are very
people
respectful.
saying stuff like this. It's yeah, I don't know. It's just
So he's got about 1,300 followers, so not a
Oh.
massive or Twitter.
Whoa. Okay. And once again, as Ryan himself said, he could mean fuck him. He might just have like a crush on Gary. I don't know. But I mean, you know, he probably means the other thing, but like whatever, man. Like it's look, I have had death threats. I've had people threaten to fucking hurt me. And I've only got like less than 7,000 subs, and I've been doing this for less time than Gary. But that was kind of expected to a degree, you know? I mean, it was still a little surprising the first time I got something like that, but it was also like, yeah, okay, I can see why, you know, I'm saying things that really shitty people don't want me to be saying. Of course, there's eventually one of them's going to be fucking crazy enough to, you know. In fact, we were all getting emails from a very interesting gentleman recently.
I was not.
Oh yeah, Bob. I'm sorry.
I think they were
man.
probably sending it. They said they were sending them to me. I think they probably got my email address wrong or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
felt
didn't
so
mean to leave
left
you out. Yeah, we have our thoughts about Drinker. We actually have a video that you should watch. It's on Turf Nation's channel.
Yeah, the full video.
I'll grab that. I'll grab that for you, Rick. If you'll check it out, man. And hopefully maybe you'll watch it in the next stream. You can let us know what you think. Because we put a lot of work into it, and we don't like, you know, we're not just making videos because we fucking, I don't know, want to make money or something.
Well, Rick, I would also say like the Critical Drinker does have some decent reviews. Usually, every review has some cringe moment in it, but like he will have decent reviews on his main channel that are like mostly fine. I remember the first video I watched of his that I went over, and you can see it on my channel. I went over the Batman reviews, the first Critical Drinker video I'd ever seen, and they had one cringe moment, but overall, I thought it was a fine review. It was like, okay, cool.
So there you go. I posted it in chat there, Drinker's message. We worked hard on that one. The three of us worked on that one. And it's, you know, Turf makes a good point in it that, you know, I was kind of surprised, honestly. I don't know if I've told you this, that when we were working on it, that it's like, it was a take that I wasn't expecting, where it's like you actually say, and I agree, like he's limited in his criticism because of how he frames these things. And he actually could be a fucking pretty solid, really good even reviewer if he just kind of didn't limit himself with this framework.
Yeah, it's like Bob says, like in a lot of his critique, like a lot of his reviews are decent, but there always has to be that little like chuddy thing, you know, or like the thing that's related to wokeness and like the message and stuff. And I feel like it just taints his otherwise decent reviews and and somewhat thoughtful videos.
Yeah,
you know?
his Everything Everywhere All at Once, other than that fucking one point that he just veers into this random weird shit, is actually a very well worded. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just a good review of a good movie.
Yeah, same with his Across the Spider-Verse video, right? Until he goes into talking about the
That
the
is
the
such a
oppressed white man, right? In Peter
Yeah.
Parker, and it's just like it's so unnecessary, and we know why he's doing it, right? It's because his audience, because like they expect it, right? Because he's put himself in this group of YouTubers, like he aligns himself with the Nerdrotics, the Geeks and Gamers, the RK Outpost, the Maulers, like all these people, right? They share a lot of the same audiences, so he knows he needs to have some of this. He can't just do like just a complete standard review, because then that's not what most of his fans are there for. But it's like, if he actually wanted to be a decent, if maybe even like good movie reviewer, he could be.
Yep.
But he
real quick.
just puts himself in crutches.
This space right here, if someone streams with Mahler, that's a warning sign.
Oh man, yep.
And by the way, I've been playing while I've been going through this video. They're hitting a lot already.
I am glad you are remembering to do that.
Wait, did you guys see not too long ago there was like a stream with a Star Wars Theory, RK Outpost, The Critical Drinker, and Mahler, and they called themselves like the Star Wars
Yes, I did see that.
Council.
The Star Grift was actually on the thumbnail, like something about the grift or whatever. And it's like I honestly do feel like us and others as well have kind of pushed them to where they have to kind of embrace that ironic, quote unquote, ironically, right?
Yeah,
because they would not have done that before pretty recently, where like there's Jeremy, said something about grifting on Star Wars on Twitter, and then now they're doing that council that's like the Star Wars grift or whatever the fuck it said in the thumbnail, and it's like I think we played a role in that, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just like of all the fans to represent what direction Star Wars should be going, I would not put these four.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
No.
especially not like Mahler, RK Outpost, and Critical Drinker. Like, I do not like Star Wars Theory. I think he has very horrendous takes. But at least he's like been doing Star Wars content for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Like if they somehow put like a range of different four complete different types of Star Wars fans on here, that could be something, right? Like if Star Wars Theory was put there with like a fucking Eckhart Slatter or some shit, right? And other more like Disney positive ones, right? And
that'd actually be an
political
interesting fucking podcast to listen to.
It would, right? And then it's like and there can still be critical, right? Because you don't have to like the newer Star Wars. That's completely fine. It's just he puts himself in this fucking echo chamber, and then his audience becomes an echo chamber. He just dissociates himself from any other part of the fandom that doesn't strictly align with what he wants from Star Wars, right? But if this council was something more nuanced, something more diverse, it would be a lot more interesting, and I'd be down. And I'd be down for having him on there. I think that would be fine. But yeah.
So just last time, I'll respond to Rick here, but like, me and Bob talked about this when someone asked us the last room I was on, why do we hate on Eric July? And it's like, we don't hate him. We don't have that kind of feeling for these guys. It's criticism, man. Like if you're the way that you understand these things is just like you like a content creator, and anybody that says anything against them is hating on them. That's pretty simplistic and honestly not very mature way to view it, because like anybody can be criticized for anything. I've done shit I've been criticized for and tried to learn from and do better. So it's really just criticism, the same way that they are criticizing, or they just, are they hating on the things that they talk about? Does Mahler hate on everything that he talks about? Or no, you probably view it as he's criticizing that stuff. So that's what we're doing.
Hell yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Unless there's something like
yes, it is.
All right.
Yes, it is. Yes, I'm just kidding. I was just like,
Listen, I just want to make it clear. Palpatine fucks now.
Yeah, Palpatine, he fucking slings fat ropes. Okay.
Somehow Palpatine fucks.
Somehow Palpatine gets it up. All right. Let's see what we got here. Hey, we got a short by this one gentleman. This is another channel I think I'd like to promote. I think he's pretty good. All right. You guys give him a chance.
Oh, I guess just to wrap up the previous segment real quick. Don't threaten people. Don't do any of that stuff. Criticize them.
Yep. Try, honestly, legitimately try to keep. I know it can be hard if you really, especially if you're of the communities that get thrown under the bus on a regular basis and stuff like that. I can't tell you what to do with your feelings. I'm not going to tell you not to feel certain things or whatever, but I mean, just do your best to, at least in your what you say about them, to kind of like isolate the feelings from like expressing anything that will be bad for you, basically, or only benefit them, I suppose. Because that's what that one guy did by saying that, is he just gave them content for a couple of days and allows them to play the victim. They love that shit. They fucking love it.
Some Twitter account with 1,000 followers got people with 100,000 followers to use it as a narrative about, oh, they're going after Gary.
I realized that this is actually the short that I made into that animated thing at the beginning of the stream. So maybe we don't.
Well, he was based there, so
it is really good.
Didn't see it.
It is really good. Yeah.
That is not what I said. I did not imply that people can't make jokes. I said that if you are a person that cares about the responsibility you have and the harm that causes to certain communities, you would probably not want to do that.
So this is actually a fucking excellent point, because as always with DJ, but like this is something they do all the time. And it's kind of the same thing as like the hating thing. It's like you're taking someone's position whenever you're criticizing speech, and saying that like we're saying you can't say that, like and that we're suppressing it. It was like, no, clearly not. You know what I mean? It blows my mind that people think that way, because like you're just supposed to be able to say whatever you want, and usually they're like, well, it's a joke, and they think that's like a pass from criticism, I guess. You know what I mean? Like it's bizarre, that whole weird version of free speech that these guys have. Sorry, I'm kind of out of it because I'm a little bit hungry, but
that's so fair.
I'm exactly there too.
If you don't care about that, if that is not a priority for you, then you can continue to do whatever it is you want to do. However, I am an advocate for accountability and holding people responsible for things that they do that hurt your community or people that you care about. So I absolutely believe that if you are someone that does...
Look, we got a triggered Snowflake. Hey there, Snowflake. Yeah, so triggered.
Yeah,
you stopped by to give us a view, give us engagement, and then attempt an insult. Jeez, is an attempt.
Dude, you might want to mess with your earphones or something. But yeah, I mean, technical issues are a problem.
Yeah. I mean, and also fucking being a fan of Chud content is a real fucking problem, because you came up to...
maybe that's a bigger problem, but yeah.
You up to cape for those fucking people with a lame attempted insult. All right.
Not like what Dave Chappelle is doing, and you do not agree with what he is saying, you have every right to speak out about it. You have every right to boycott him. You have every right to not support him in any way possible, because you don't have to. My implication is that, period.
Yeah. Hopefully I didn't interrupt the message there.
The message.
You take it off?
I think that's it for me.
Can't hang another 8 minutes for a solid 2 hours. I see. You don't respect the fans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I need to go all right.
You're disrespecting the fans like Samuel Jackson.
I mean that's what we do. I mean, I can't sit here and yap for another 8 minutes, but I don't think people would want that either.
That's how we do.
I want that.
You want that? All right,
give
buddy.
it to me.
But yeah. Anyways, it has been a pleasure. And
yeah, man.
I'll see you guys all next week and stuff.
I'm sorry I deprived you of me last week, guys, but I'm back, and you're welcome.
Hell yeah, Dana's back.
Yay!
Dana's back.
Dana's
I took a break. And Turf. Hey, you are the best of us, you know.
Nah, that's Pillar of Garbage.
Well,
let's be
except
real.
for Pillar. If you count Pillar, maybe not. But
Hey guys, did you guys know we're friends with Pillar of Garbage? Like we're
Yeah.
pretty tight. We're pretty tight with that.
I
guy.
mean,
Did you guys know we've
no
talked to
bragging
him?
or anything, but yeah, we've
Yeah.
talked to him a couple times.
I legit thought about putting that in the intro, the new intro, just like we're friends with Pillar of Garbage.
Hey guys, have you heard of Pillar of Garbage? He's kind of our friend.
I
I don't
mean,
know if you think. I don't know if he thinks us as friends or just like fellow YouTubers.
guys,
but-
guys, the
but
other
we see
day
him
I
as-
asked him if he wanted to go out for drinks, and he told me no.
Yeah,
Oh.
but
Yeah,
that's
but
that.
yeah.
But that's because he's in a different country, right?
Yeah. He
Yeah,
has a good
that's-
excuse, guys.
Right. He would
definitely
definitely.
have gone for
He would
drinks.
say yes if he lived near us. He would say yes. I know that. I know that in my heart. Okay. All right, Turf. Have a good one.
All right.
man.
Yeah, you guys too. See you. Bye.
Good stuff.
Oh, real quick, Rick, you seem kind of trolly, but I'll go ahead and let you know. I think Dave Chappelle's kind of a comic genius, and I think he's really just like doing this trans angle he's been going for the past couple of specials. He's really kind of demeaning himself, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah,
he
it's
doesn't have
lazy.
to do that shit. Yeah, it's
It's
lazy.
lazy.
It's
It's fucking. He's doing it because he knows it's going to get a reaction instead of just like
Yeah,
writing. Like I can watch most of a Dave Chappelle special it's
Yeah.
around it because I'm just like, man, this is fucking lame when he starts getting
Mm-hmm.
into that shit. Like, but everything else around it can be hilarious. Still, he's fucking a super talented guy. I would be more likely to crucify you for not spelling crucify properly.
yeah.
But
It's kind of like crustify.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I think he's a very talented guy who's found a way to get easy clicks and is just going for it, and I think that's kind of sad, frankly.
Yeah, and I mean it's also just kind of a sign of the times a little bit where it's like, everybody's doing that.
It's
I don't
easy
know.
clicks, I guess, but I don't know. I can't do it, even with my much smaller platform than his.
I would say that, like, if you say he's your hero, I mean that's fine, and I'm not going to really judge or gatekeep heroes or anything, but I would just say that maybe there's some other people that are also would have more substantive notions to offer that could be considered in the realm of a hero. But
Not, I think Tara, you're not. I think there is a lure of the easy clicks. Once you get engagement, like engagement is engagement, and there's a lure to that. And yeah,
yep.
Yeah, it's just disappointing to me.
Bill Burr's legitimately fucking funny.
Yeah, I actually like Bill Burr quite a bit. He usually comes out and says some stuff pretty.
All right. Well, but we don't need to keep feeding Rick because Rick seems
True.
to be getting off on us responding to him. So no, Trevor, no, Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ, man. Now I know you don't have good taste. Come on, that guy's not funny. Anyway, got this video from Chariot. It's 18 minutes long. We wouldn't have to watch it, but I'd maybe check out the beginning and just
Sure.
promote
Chariot's
them.
pretty awesome.
Anybody that talks about us positively is awesome. We'll watch your content and promote you. Just say nice things about us,
Well, back.
We're easy.
As I alluded to earlier in the stream, I talked about some of the people who were having kind of an adverse reaction, one might say, to the fact that Charmin Obaid-Chinoy has been brought on to one of the Star Wars films. Now, we looked into her a little.
So, yeah, I don't know anything about her other than this is her name. So, like, I wonder if other people know anything about her, or if it's just about something about her name that.
I mean, literally, the most prominent thing she's done is she worked on Miss Marvel, and Miss Marvel wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good.
Wait, what did she do on Miss Marvel?
I think she did a couple of episodes. I'm not sure though.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking of the Marvels for some reason. I don't know.
No, Miss Marvel, which was better than the Marvels. But
A little bit. My awareness of her is basically that her background is more as a documentarian, but that she has done some stuff that might qualify her for this. And, whatever she's like behind the scenes at the corporate level, might make her an appealing person to work with. I don't know. Like I remember seeing someone talk about one of the reasons.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know that she had not that I'm like arguing with Cherry or anything, but like, I don't know that somebody has to have experience in a specific thing like Star Wars. Like, you know, they can hire people to direct things based on the pitch and the ideas that they have and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of the stuff, kind of like with Marvel. There's a lot of the machinery that's in place for making a Star War. You know what I mean? Like that a director doesn't need to be super familiar with all of the technical aspects of stuff, like of fucking X-wings and shit like that, and how to shoot an X-wing, and you know, there's second units for that. Anyway, exactly. George Lucas had not done a Star Wars before he made a Star Wars, so
why Dave Filoni is so great at Disney, working on Star Wars projects. And it wasn't the things that like fans usually say that they like about Dave Filoni, which, you know, at least for a while when he was viewed somewhat positively, was his knowledge of the Star Wars universe, or his not just his encyclopedic knowledge.
I mean, I don't even understand what that means, dude. Like, I don't think that that's an accurate read of us. I think it's very fucking simplistic. So, just, you know.
But his familiarity with the core texts of the films and with what George Lucas was trying to do with them. You know, I remember people saying that.
This is Chariot. I will grab their channel link momentarily.
And I hear it less these days, but one thing that I do still hear from people who work with him is that he's really great to work with. And I think that the behind-the-scenes elements of Hollywood, fortunately, you know, you want people who are not awful, people who are actually pretty chill and good to work with in your environments when you're working on these projects. It's not all about, you know, does having somebody on the film strictly make the film better. I do think that should be the core of the process. I do think that the main thing should be that we think that bringing somebody onto the project will benefit what our vision for the project is. And presumably that is, you know, and I've disagreed a little bit. You guys know I've made plenty of videos about Star Wars and about the ways that I think that Disney Star Wars could go in a better direction. Always trying to be like constructive with ideas about things that are missing or things that could be improved. But something that does not hit quite as hard is when people act like Charmin Obaid-Chinoy in her public comments about being excited to be a woman who gets to, as a director, lead a Star Wars project, and how, you know, I think the way she phrased it was, it's about time that a woman be in charge of one of these projects. And I razzed people for making what I thought were some pretty unintelligent comments. The big one was people kept mentioning Rey and saying, well, Rey, and what about Ahsoka? Ahsoka did it first. And it's like, so neither of the actresses, technically there's multiple actresses for Ahsoka if you're counting like voice actresses and Rosario Dawson, who's on the TV show. But none of these actresses, as much as we may like some of them, directed a film. And direction does change how a film comes out and how it's made. Charmin Obaid-Chinoy.
Whoops! I accidentally just fucking brought us all the way back to the beginning. So that's a good spot to stop on. You know, just wanted to give you guys a taste of Chariot stuff. That like they put out a lot of content, honestly. I wish I could keep up with all of it, to be honest. But they cover a pretty decently wide range of stuff. You know, a good mix of the political and the cultural, and then the cross section therein. A good amount of Last Jedi content as well that I need to really dig into at some point. She directed Pakistan's first computer animated feature length film. Oh shit, that's pretty cool.
Oh wow, I would consider that pretty good on your resume.
Yeah. I would speculate that unless they first of all, give him a lot of money, and second of all, make him some fucking ironclad promises about what will happen with the character of Finn and his experience, I don't think that that they're getting him back. I mean, I guess they could recast maybe. But...
I would love if they actually gave Finn a good story. Give him his own spin-off movie, and just give John Boyega a ton of money, because like he put up with shit, and I mean Daisy Ridley put up with shit too, and I'm sure she's getting a pretty good paycheck to come back. But yeah, I would love to see them each get their own spin-off film. Finn had a clear story in Rise of Skywalker that they never did anything with. It's just like they had like these strands of a story left for him, and they kept on introducing it, but then they never did anything. It was
I mean, and I guess they can try and pretend like they were saving that for later, but you can tell that they were that it was just kind of like leftover stuff. It's like that instead of writing him new plot whenever they decided to change directions, they just kind of like you said, left some strands of what was originally there, and it just doesn't work out so well for him, and he was pretty pissed off about it. John Boyega.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, they should have had both of them, become a Jedi basically, or at least him, I guess, maybe not like side by side with her in terms of like how good he is, but like, right along, right there with her more or less, kind of picking up slack, I suppose.
Hey, Ray, there's something really important I have to tell you. Hey, Ray, there's something really important I have to tell you.
And then, never mind. Doesn't he say never mind? Or like basically,
I thought they just dropped it. I didn't know if they did a never mind.
I haven't seen it since
address it. They just have like 2 or 3 scenes where he says, "Hey, I had something I have to tell you, but we'll talk about it later." They just never fucking talk about it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's been brought on to.
Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, cool. So somebody asked earlier how my break was. I didn't want to talk about that in the middle of the show, but is necessary. And I might need to take more breaks coming up. Who knows? We'll see. But it's not going to be this week, because this week I've got some shit to do.
Make sure to eat plenty of fiber then.
Yeah, that's true. Let me find my shit here that I want to show you guys my shit. First of all,
we should subscribe to that shit.
First of all, I don't even know if you're speaking English anymore. Okay. First of all, I got a new video up yesterday that actually Bob is in that. What?
No, that was just exciting. We'll talk with Lord Without Fear. It was a Friday show when I didn't have my kids. And I was like, oh, I should try to get in on that.
Yep. I mean, we talk about more than just that. And I've got another, there's a lot of really good clips from Blurred. Like, dude just has good takes and he's entertaining. So on my Patreon, if you follow me over there, you'll be able to watch an upload that I'm doing. It's I guess about 26-minute video. I'll actually upload that as soon as this is over. It's us just talking about comics, like actual just comic book talk, not talking about chuds, none of that. Just talking about Iron Man and his new armor he's got coming up that looks fucking sick, and Fall of the House of X stuff, and and just like the general state of comics, like we were talking about earlier, just how like and Blurred agrees that like we are in a fucking renaissance, a golden age of comics, and
I've liked so many of the issues I've read from this year. Like, just they're so fucking good. It's ridiculous.
Anybody that is letting somebody else tell them that comics are bad now, it's like you haven't checked them out yourself, and you're just like believing that, you are doing yourself a disservice. Aside from believing shit that I think is actually pretty stupid and wrong and shitty, generally, like just in terms of like, I feel bad for you if you were someone who actually is interested in comics and you haven't taken it upon yourself to just check stuff out. But that's why Bob is doing that segment.
Yeah. This segues pretty nicely. So tomorrow I'll do my stream, and starting out the stream, we will be looking over 3 new comics, and the comic books this week will be Wonder Woman #3, Ultimate Spider-Man #1, and Star Trek Defiant #10. Yeah, exciting books.
Indeed. So Friday though, and Bob, I don't know if you might want to join up for this or not, but you're welcome to if you can. Friday, it's going to be pretty cool because I've got a special guest from the fictional land of Australia. He is a YouTuber. But we're going to be talking about so it's Empty Mitch. Empty Mitch is joining me on Friday. And we're going to be talking about issue number 2 of 1/6. I covered issue number 1 a few months ago. It's not a comic that comes out frequently. It seems to be maybe 1 issue a year or so. It's the only series that I follow like that, but it is speculative fiction. It is basically, what if the insurrectionists on January 6th, 2021 actually succeeded? And it kind of goes into that basically. And this week, this second issue actually had kind of like guide for reading, how to read it, because like I said, speculative fiction, it's grounded in a lot of fact. Like it's painstakingly told in a lot of fact, but then there's also, obviously, because it's not literal history, it's alternate history, there are parts that are not fact. And the way that it's set up, and they just introduced this in this issue because it just got to the point where they're actually going by factual, moment by moment on January 6th kind of shit, and like what was said, who did what. And the way that the boxes, the panels are framed, tell you whether you're reading a factual panel, a speculative panel, or just like a completely fictional panel. And I think I'm fucking excited to look into that and talk about that because I haven't really looked at it myself yet in detail. So I'll be learning about that together on Friday. At least I can actually pull that up and we can look at it real quick just to give you an idea of what I'm even rambling about.
I'll go ahead and say I would be excited to join, but I do have my kids this Friday.
That's, you suck. No.
Yeah, my priorities are out of whack. I know.
Fucking, Tyrone doesn't give you every weekend, but no. So here's the cover for 1/6, and here is just a splash page from it. The art is fucking terrific. There's some panels that are literally just like, oh, that actually happened just like that. I've seen that kind of thing. And then there's this: how to read this comic. 1/6 is a work of speculative fiction rooted in real events. Because the issue is set in actual weeks, days, and hours leading up to the insurrection, we've created a simple, easy to understand visual system. So, yeah, you've got documented. If it happened in a panel like this, it's documented. If it happened like this, it's speculative, and then fictional. And that's pretty fucking cool. And I think that's
very cool.
I think it's very responsible. Responsible way to do it.
So. Who is publishing it?
It is actually, I think they started their publishing company, and it's called like 1/6 Publishing. There's several creators have come together to make this happen. And several of them, if not all of them, are already established professional creators. Let me see what I got here about the creators. Here we go. We got Alan Jenkins as a writer. Gan Golan is a writer and artist. Will Rosado is a penciler inker. Carl Molina is a pencil inker. So there's like a couple of writers and a couple of artists, and then colorist Jamal Eagle. I've know him. I think I followed him on Twitter before. He's worked on the comic book called Black. Black is pretty cool because it's literally about like it's X-Men if only black people got powers. and as you can imagine, it's a kind of a controversial story, and intentionally so. Yeah, so a lot of cool stuff here. I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, when I first found this, I found the cover and I was like, that's the cover number 1 right there, and that's a pretty. It's a powerful image there, you know, when you know about what they were chanting, and then you see that. Anyway,
pretty awesome. So real quick, something I saw directed toward me, Dumb and Dumber. Hey Bob, you remember the issue of Wonder Woman comic about her using her lasso to get a confession out of someone? That sounded kind of neat, and I couldn't find it. No pressure. If you don't see this, okay. Well, I did see it. The issue I was talking about was Wonder Woman number 4, and I've read Wonder Woman number 3, and I'm going to cover it tomorrow. But yeah, there's actually more context that she actually didn't do that. But yeah, essentially, yeah, we'll get into the details tomorrow. But they're great comic books. It's the current run of Wonder Woman that I'm really digging. God damn, these are good comic books.
Yeah, and today's new comic book day as well. I got some new stuff came out. Yeah, so we got a new X-Men comic, as in just like the regular X-Men title. Sync and Talon are so fucking cool. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, man, I'm so glad to see Sync bumped up the way that he's been. He's been around since the Generation X days in the 90s. He was a new character created for Generation X, but he didn't really get much play. And he's just like under the Hickman Krakoa era, he's become a fucking boss. He can mimic everybody's powers basically. And recent thing is that he's learned he can do it from any distance, more or less. The thing is that the farther he is away from another mutant and he uses their power, it basically ages him.
Oh shit!
Which is kind of crazy. So it's like
So I'm assuming it's a Jonathan Hickman.
No, I mean not Hickman anymore. Hickman, he wrote and kind of conceptualized the Krakoan era in 2019, and then he wrote X-Men and then a couple other things here and there for about a year and a half maybe or so, and then he left. He was actually what was called head of X, so he was the editor of the X-Men books in general, like he was the boss. And then he left as he had planned to do. And he passed it along. Now it's, I think, Jordy, what's his name, is the head of X. But generally, Gary Duggan is doing a lot of the work that Hickman did, and he's doing a pretty damn good job.
I was just gonna say, I just read the Hickman's Ultimate Spider-Man, and god damn, that was a fucking good book.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, that was good, right? I didn't know you were gonna get that, man.
Comic book store guy actually literally recommended it. I was like, okay, let's check this out. Fuck,
I couldn't. I was really like honestly kind of nervous because I was like, man, this could go either way. And it's like it really is almost like the opposite of the original Ultimate Spider-Man, where it's like,
yeah,
instead of the young one, and we're seeing him play out from youth and getting bitten. He's like this one. He literally didn't get bitten as a teenager. Yeah. And now he's I can just tell it's going to be fucking really, really good.
I'm excited to go over it tomorrow. But yeah, it's going to be like, God, it's such a cool story. Like, if you don't want to get spoiled, pick up the new Ultimate Spider-Man #1 that just came out and check it out for my stream tomorrow.
If anybody's interested in getting in on the Ultimate Universe, you can do it easily now. Like, and right now is basically the only time you can start. Maybe a couple more issues of new titles start coming out, but like you can start with the brand new Marvel Universe. Just go to read Ultimate Invasion. It's 4 issues by Hickman. Then read Ultimate Universe #1, just 1 issue. And then you can move on to Ultimate Spider-Man. Those are the only issues that are out so far in this new Ultimate Universe. And it tells you everything you need to know about what's different. The different thing being that in this universe, the Maker, who is from the previous Ultimate Universe, he's actually Reed Richards, but evil. He's Reed Richards who lost everyone. Like he went a little too insane and lost his wife, lost Ben, and lost, you know what I mean? So like, and he went crazy, became a super villain, and then him and Miles are the only two people that managed to escape from the Ultimate Universe, really, whenever it was destroyed. And in Ultimate Invasion, he fucking goes and picks another universe in the multiverse and goes back in time and prevents a lot of the superheroes from being created. So like he goes and finds Peter at the science fair or whatever, the thing he's at when he gets bitten by the spider, and he literally kills the spider before it bites Peter. And Peter's like, "Oh, thanks." And he's like, "Yeah, who knows what would have happened if that would have bitten you,
Yeah.
And so this Ultimate Spider-Man now is picking up with that Peter Parker when he's in his probably 30s, I suppose.
Yeah, he's married to Mary Jane. He's got 2 kids. He's working with his Uncle Ben.
His Uncle Ben is alive, because of course he would be. I didn't think about that. I was so surprised, but at the same time, like, of course he would be alive because he didn't go to the wrestling match. Holy shit. Yeah. 6160, yeah, is the new thing. But yeah, it's and then next up I think is Black Panther maybe, but then X-Men is going to be done by Peach Momoko, and that's a really interesting looking take. It's gonna I'm hyped, man, because I think it's a good chance for Marvel to do some unique stuff with these concepts that without breaking any canon or pissing anybody off. And
yeah, what I like the old Ultimate, like there was some good stuff in there, but like the old Ultimate titles always felt like we're gonna just kind of do the same thing, but with a modern take and edgier, and it was kind of like hit and miss with that stuff. I like this Ultimate take because it's just
dude,
literally
what the
like
fuck are you?
different takes.
I can just tell your attitude, man. Like you're fucking not very well sociable, and like you're responding to shit in weird ways, and I just don't want to deal with you. Sorry. So I can, man, if you can't fucking, sorry. I just got no patience for that shit anymore. He's like calling people jackasses and shit like that for because he misunderstood something. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, man.
No, it's all good. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with more of this Ultimate stuff, because
well, it doesn't make any sense, especially if you consider Peter's origin.
Oh shit. But in this universe, Peter doesn't have an origin until I guess read the book.
The thing that I think is going to make this Spider-Man so interesting is that he chose it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, but I mean, yeah, like the fact that he fucking chooses it is really cool, and like something that I've never even considered. What would that be like? You know what I mean? If you don't really think about the fact that this happened to him, and he more or less kind of like was put in a position to like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna be Spider-Man. And yeah, but anyways, forgot there's an announcement of Ultimates comic. Oh, is there an Ultimates comic coming? The next Marvel movie to come out is Deadpool 3.
Deadpool 3, yeah. It's the only one still scheduled. There's not a whole lot of Marvel stuff scheduled this year. Got Deadpool 3, and in theory, we're gonna get Agatha, House of Harkness, or Darkhold Diaries, or whatever they call it, late 2024. But yeah, until they start shooting that, I would be very iffy on the actual release date.
Yeah, if you're talking about that one character that is like, it is kind of jarring that they are friendly with each other, but it's not the first time we've really seen that, because that character for a time in the comics was actually his biggest fan. Once he for whatever reason ended up finally seeing the truth about Spider-Man for a while in the 616, and was like, all supportive of him and shit. Anyways. All right. Yeah, they're already trying, man. Like who was it? I think it was.
Oh God.
This will be the last thing that we look at, but I just wanted to make fun of this because it's fucking stupid. Oh, by the way, this is actually, it's not going to be the last thing we look at because this is important. Since we talked about Echo and people are talking about how much it sucks and stuff like that, I figure we should, look at how, once this loads, okay. Man, it sure does suck.
Hey.
Nobody wants this.
Yeah.
Nobody's interested in it. It's going to suck. You know. I was thinking that it was a pretty smart move for them to do both Hulu and Disney Plus at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I also appreciate it was rated TVMA. And
yes,
fun fact: this series pretty much canonizes Daredevil and kind of effectively the rest of the Netflix stuff.
Yeah, it's like they've done several things apparently. Yeah, now that I think about it and read this, that is a new approach, and that's smart of them to attempt new stuff. Is doing better than some of the consistently top performing titles. Wow. Wow. Exactly what the studio needs right now, huh? Well, cool. Look at that. Marvel doing a good thing. Good job, Marvel. You did a good thing for once.
It's been bound to happen.
There's already a Reverse Flash movie. Just put on the Flash and watch it in reverse, man. Ha ha.
Oh. I see what you did there.
Ha ha. Yeah. Madam Web was the thing that I was going to talk about. Other than that, let me find that post because it is. Oh, man. I forgot. Fuck. Sorry.
I mean, if the Chuds are going to start crapping on Sony, I guess like the problem will be they're gonna do it in a shitty way. Because like even when I agree with their overall opinions, they always go after like women bad and shit. I always end up having to fucking disagree with it.
Right. So that means we're gonna have to talk about Madam Web because look at this.
Because there's a woman in it, Dakota Johnson. Oh my god, I'm sure.
So once again, we got a arcade butt post. Marvel gets desperate after Madam. Look, does he not?
Why would
realize...
Marvel care about Madam Web? They'd be happy it gets destroyed. The fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would Marvel give a shit? This is
like
Sony.
Sony's. This has always been like Sony's like rogue project to just milk money off Marvel. The fuck.
Like. Marvel has had to have made peace with this shit by now. You know what I mean? Like they're like,
oh yeah,
they're essentially doing that thing. Hold on, I'll turn my camera so I can effectively. They're like, yeah, that's Marvel too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know you, but you know, so they've made peace with it. So acting like, man, these guys are such fucking desperate grifters. But like, the only people that this plays to is low information people that don't understand anything.
Now the video might actually be accurate. If instead of Marvel, you replaced it with Sony. Then it's like, and even then, I don't even know. Probably their metric for getting destroyed is like a downvote or something. I don't know. It doesn't mean anything.
So I heard there's like costumes in this one. I haven't watched it yet, so I guess we'll just see.
Oh yeah, no, it looks awful. By the way. I'm kind of part of me wants to see the shit show, and part of me is just afraid it'll just be boring. It'll probably just be boring. Be entertainingly bad movie.
Oh dear.
Make Tommy Wiseau Spider-Man.
Does Madam Web get a costume?
Probably. I mean.
Oh man, you know, at least they didn't go forward with the Aunt May movie that they, you know, because like I don't know if you remember the PlayStation, Sony leaks. This is where this all became known, was the Sony leaks, and I remember back then, like, really, they were thinking about doing a fucking Madam Web movie, and then they're actually doing it, but like they can't do the Aunt May movie, like they can't do it, right? They just fucking can't. Yes, I watched finished watching Monarch. It's a pretty good show. I think that the finale wasn't the best it could have been, but I enjoyed it. And it didn't let me down really. It just was like, okay. Yeah. And yeah, it's worth watching. I think if you're into the monster stuff, don't expect nonstop monster action. There's probably like one scene of a monster thing in every episode, more or less. And then there's a couple of scenes throughout, like in a couple episodes, that are legit fucking badass. I'll spoil a little bit. Godzilla, he's in it. But that's all I'll say. Anyways,
I mean, Mikael, real quick, Guardians of the Galaxy did better than Spider-Verse, so yeah. No.
no, that's not even close. Like really, like yeah, the Marvels didn't do, but that's the only one that yeah, got even close. No,
I mean, and also if we want to talk about quality, at least from my personal opinion, even though I wasn't a fan of the Marvels, I prefer the Marvels as a movie over the stuff that Sony has put out with the Spider-Man villains so far.
I disagree, Nims. I like that's a incorrect claim about Mahler because he does. He pushes. He doesn't push it like the others, but he pushes it in his own way. Wouldn't you say?
If Mahler was not for the culture war shit, then he wouldn't stream with the company he does.
Yeah, I mean, how can he not be for the culture war whenever he streams with Nerdrotic on a pretty regular basis, streams with Drinker on a regular basis, and they always share the same general negativity towards the same things? How is he not part of the same thing? You know what I mean? I don't know if that was too complicated of a question, but
no, I mean it makes sense to me, but
yeah, I mean, they could do Spider-Man, which is actually a variant of Spider-Man, which doesn't make any sense when you consider Peter's origin, but still, it is a variant that they did, where she's literally the one that got bit by the spider, and she becomes Spider-Man. It's just fucking ridiculous.
maybe we can do a couple more videos on Sun Spider and complain about that.
Yep. Oh man, what a fucking thing, man. But also,
hey DJ,
Bob, shut up.
True.
Yep. Indeed. What do you got? Do we have anything else? Are we ending? Or are we just kind of petering out like we normally do?
I don't have anything right now. I have content coming out tomorrow. I got my stream tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. You
All
got
right.
a stream on Friday?
Truthitude. I got a stream on Friday. Empty Mitch going to be on there. I assume that he's still going to be on there. I haven't heard that he's not. So that'd be pretty cool. We've been trying to get him on for a while. Yeah, but hopefully you guys have a lovely remainder of your week. And then here's a clip. Here's a thing. All right, here's the thing. Hit those subscribey likey thing and the thummy wummy and the hit the thumb down. I don't care. Just say you hate me in the comments. Do that if you do.
Engage.
Tell me why you think that I'm actually better than Pillar of Garbage. Could you please tell me that, please? Somebody tell me that, please, just once. My girlfriend. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. Pillar of Garbage is fucking man. Subscribe to him. Subscribe to everybody that's in the old box down below. And yeah, have a good week. Ripaverse goalposts, man. You kind of disappeared for a while. You haven't wanted to show up since the last time I covered you in a video. You are welcome to come on to one of my streams and explain a whole host of things that I'd love to ask you questions about, and I can answer questions to you as well. Why won't you do it? Goalpost was doing some stuff on the 17th, so not too long ago. But as I said here, I said you should pop onto my stream tomorrow and explain what a sub count has to do with the points being made. Because, and I want you guys to look at this in case you haven't ever seen it. Marvel and DC fanboy with 88,000 subscribers on YouTube says Eric July. It's okay. So he's talking about Ernie, Blurred Without Fear. What does the sub count have to do with the points being made? And he will do that every single time. He'll say something like, oh, this out of shape, blah, blah, blah. And that's one of the reasons I know it's Eric. Because Eric does it. This blah 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 person that's like unrelated descriptor And what he's doing is he's giving his fucking goldfish brained audience, who can only latch on to one little thing. They don't even care about the situation. They don't care about the facts. They just need to be given one thing, one little crumb that they can use against his enemy. What he's doing there by saying, oh, 88,000 sub. Now I can guarantee I can go over to Ernie's shit and see lots of people being like, oh, you only got 88,000 subs. Jesus Christ, dude.